stop calling me gay in the chat. It's not funny. It's not cool. It's false information, and I'm gonna have you sued by Grace Vanderwall. Is this clickbait? No, it isn't clickbait. This is real life right now. I don't do clickbait, y'all. Y'all know that. We do a little bit of clickbait here, just a little bit. But not full on clickbait. We do semi clickbait here, folks. He is in custody and being investigated. There is no bail this time. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me show y'all. My fucking internet's working good. My laptop's working good. I switched to OBS because Stream Elements was taking up fucking 34% of my CPU. Thank you for subscribing, Smiles Gaming. I really appreciate it. I do not have emotes up right now. Or not emotes, but you know, whatever the fuck, the things that pop up on the screen. But yeah, thank you. I seen it. Let's go because a lot of the stuff is in the Reddit. The Reddit hates me. So we might see some like call outs right now, y'all, because the Reddit's been going crazy about me. But here is what's in the thumbnail, which is basically Daniel's the arrest record. You know, he's in custody, Jefferson County Detention Facility. Yeah, but this doesn't really give us too much information, right? It just shows he was arrested. But like, I guess people started looking further and deeper, and then you see this one, and this one actually shows what the charges were. It says courtesy housing for another agency, and it's from the Jefferson County investigations. So this isn't just like, oh, his normal, like regular, you know, the cops arrested him in some county. They're holding him for another agency. And is he eligible for bail this time? No, he's not eligible for bail this time. So people have been speculating, and basically what they figured out is that this investigations group actually deals with felony crimes. So it doesn't deal with like the regular shit, the slap on the wrist misdemeanors that, you know, Daniel's been getting. Or you know the little charges that he's been getting. It deals with the big charges. And people are starting to, you know, they're thinking like, what could this be? Me too. I'm thinking too. Is it the time he went on live and threatened the FBI? Was it recently when he said, you know, he was watching CP because of the FBI? It could literally be a whole slew of things, folks. I mean, it's not just one, but they've got charges on charges for Daniel. Um, it's wild. So we're gonna have to wait for some time to actually get the body cam footage out. Obviously, you know, it takes time for that. You gotta ask for it and stuff. But so far, it seems like this probably was a good arrest, and I hope it comes out soon. But yeah, we have theories, which is basically like what I said. Somebody said, you know, the CP post, persistent dining and dashing. How did he get to Jefferson County? They say it's a significant walk from Boulder. Who do we think the other agency is? Boulder County, Longmont PD, the feds? Like, this could be the FBI on Daniel Larson right now, y'all. This isn't like the small shit. This is big shit now. And a lot of people are asking me, they're like, what are you gonna do now that Daniel's gone? And I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna do the same thing that I've been doing, is just making posts about these weird people. You know what I mean? It's not just Daniel out there, y'all. I think I've shown that there's so many sick individuals on TikTok, YouTube. They're everywhere. They're all in the corners of the internet, hiding away, right? So it's not just Daniel. I'll probably just move on to some other weirdo. Yeah, this person points out that Daniel was arrested by the Jefferson County investigations, and the agency typically looks into felony offenses. So, whoo-wee. What do y'all think? I'm gonna look at chat and let me see what y'all's theories are. Take a second to look at chat. Take a little segment. Leaping Lemur looks at chat. Chef Swag says, Daddy Daniel gives me the peeing feeling. That's not good, man. He's going to be getting that peeing feeling soon when he meets Sweet Tea again. Am I right, folks? See, BK88 said, talking dirty to minors probably caught up with him. That could be a possibility. As I said, as the Redditor pointed out earlier, could be the feds. We don't know what the other agency is, but we know he's being held by the Jefferson County investigations for whoever. Purple Peak said, I really, really hope he's gone forever now. I think everybody does. Honestly, that's the main goal of all of this is to get these, excuse me, to get these motherfuckers locked away, right? I mean, that's why people talk about them. Honestly, it's not that much money. Like, no one's really earning, at least like a small channel like me or like, Senor Chinchilla. Like, it's not like we're earning like millions of dollars off of these lolcows. You know what I mean? We just kind of want to spread the word. Bond? No. No bail. No bond. It's over. It's over for Daniel. He's not getting bailed out this time. Um, yeah, it's over for him. His last community post were were something else. So he starts off saying everything is safe. Then he says he's about to catch a bus to downtown Boulder. And that's why the people in the Reddit were pointing out how far of a way it is from Boulder to Jefferson, from Boulder, Colorado to Jefferson. So Boulder, Colorado, right? So 50, that's 52 minutes. So somehow he got from from Boulder to Jefferson County because that's where he was arrested. In between this amount of time. So it says the manager called the police on me just for my popularity and then lied to me. When he asked me to pay the first time, the police were already there and I wasn't actually done eating. So that's why people are speculating that it may have been the dining and dashing since he posted this right before he got arrested. Or not like right before, but you know what I mean. Relatively right before he got arrested. People were at my location trying to finish eating their meals, and then police showed up and banned me from the restaurant for a year. A group of fans were outside and screamed that they couldn't get their pictures with me and that they were going to donate $50 cash. Jesus. Just just like the restaurant owner just look it says looks like the restaurant owner just missed out on a $20 tip. I saw somebody point out on the Reddit that it's not even the restaurant owner that gets the tip. You know what I mean? It's usually the workers anyway. And then he says, I'm on a bus now to Boulder, Colorado. So how does that work? Doesn't really make sense. And that's basically like most of the Daniel content that we got before this shit happened. He was schizo posting about me, uh, making dumb threats to to the FBI, dining and dashing, and it's over. It's over for him. There's some other stuff that we didn't look at yesterday because my PC was acting so shitty. But yeah, he did some of his normal schizo posting like this. Join Daniel Larson at Red Rocks Community Church in Lakewood, Colorado next Sunday for worship. And then he has this edited picture. Probably got it off the Reddit. He seems to be getting a lot of posts off the Daniel Larson subreddit. I might have to do an emergency live stream and move my schedule for Wednesday around a little bit. Oh, he might. Who's? I might have to move. I might have to do an emergency live stream and move my schedule around for Wednesday around a little bit. Okay, I was kind of reading that dumb, but it doesn't really make a difference. And move my schedule for Wednesday around a little bit. I'm starting to fall behind schedule financially. Oh yeah, he did say slightly behind schedule financially. I need to now make $80 tonight for safety once I get to Boulder, Colorado. Yeah, Daniel just needs to make money for safety. That's how things work, folks. That's how things work, folks. You just need money. If you don't have money, you're not safe, dude. The people could catch you. People could see you. They could spot you if you don't have money. By the way, if there's like any management in here, yeah, fuck Daniel, dude, and fuck you. Y'all are crazy. Whoever was posting about me, whether it was Daniel or management, fuck y'all. I just want to make that clear. because I didn't make that very clear last time. I was like more in shock that he actually said anything about me to say that like fuck you, you know what I mean? It's always been fuck the management and fuck Daniel, right? But I feel like people kind of just saw that and they were like, this guy likes Daniel. Nah, fuck them, fuck the management. Clark is a bitch. They're all weird and they're harboring a PDF file. As much as y'all say that that I profit off of this guy, his wranglers are doing much worse. Trust me. I'm going to catch the 11:30 bus to downtown Boulder tonight. This Thursday, I get my new state ID from the DMV in Longmont, Colorado. Well, it looks like that never came. That Thursday, it's not gonna happen, Daniel, because you're gonna be locked up. It's over for you, buddy. It's over. It's over. What do y'all think about this? Bull in the butt market. I like that, Rush. He says crappy. Everyone is messaging me trying to speed up everything on my schedule to impossible time frames. I have a meeting with the house management tomorrow as well. So yeah, dude, what the fuck? Um, I don't know how the fuck this guy continues to do shit, like fucking threaten the FBI, and then he's like walking around like, yeah, nothing's gonna happen. I'm having a probation, I'm having a meeting with my probation officer next week, or I'm having a housing manager, fucking dumb shit, right? I'm having some sort of meeting with some fucking person, and he doesn't expect them to do anything. Like he doesn't expect his parole officer to, maybe fucking like arrest him or ask him, hey, Daniel, why are you making threats towards people on the internet? He just kind of continues on with his life. It's like 1 second, fuck the FBI. And then the next second, he's like, these are my plans for today. Um, I have to move the time of my fan meetup due to mental health evaluation getting rescheduled. Um, that mental health evaluation isn't going to do Daniel any good. He doesn't need a mental health evaluation. He needs to, be locked away in a lead box, buried under the ground. Like I like to say, you know, the classic TOS way of saying I want him exterminated. He says I'm right on schedule to get arrested, right on schedule to fucking have a meeting with the FBI. I'm going to catch the Flatiron fly to. I'm going to catch the Flatiron Flyer to Boulder, Colorado later tonight for my appointment that just got rescheduled for first thing in the morning. Fan meetup tonight in Longmont, Colorado at the Red Zone. It says my goal is to make $300 in 3 days, and Grace Vanderwall will help plan the next music album. Imagine a Daniel Larson album from jail. How weird would that be? What would he be writing about? Sweet tea, getting pounded by sweet tea every night. His conjugal visits with Clark. You know, Clark sneaking a butt phone for him. Please check out my song Something More on Spotify and iTunes. Please check out my song Something More. So this is a little bit of a double post here. Fan meetup at the Pump House Red Zone. Fan pictures are $10 to $20 and go towards music production and company. They don't go towards shit, but I don't even know what the fuck Daniel spends his money on because he doesn't spend it on food. And supposedly he doesn't do drugs. So where is that money going? Do y'all have any idea? I mean, I don't. I can't really think of anything he'd be spending his money on. He everything in life he steals. Oh, here we go. Hotels. But he hasn't even been staying at hotels lately. He's been sleeping in the fucking ground. Sleeping on the floor under trees and shit. Give Grace Vanderwall, sorry, Grace Vanderwall and I want to do our engagement party at her family's house in Kansas in May 2024, and I have to give probation at least a month's notice so I can get a travel voucher. The way this guy's mind works, dude, it's like delusion upon delusion. Jesus, how can you help somebody like this? Somebody whose brain is beyond fried. It's like twice fried. It's mental illness fried, and then it's internet fried. Life changes at the worst minute sometimes. He says, my schedule for tomorrow just got moved from the afternoon in Boulder, Colorado to the morning, so I now have to do the fan meetup. Yeah, so I now have to do a fan meetup so I can pay for the mental health evaluation tomorrow morning instead of the fan meetup in Boulder, Colorado. So that's a mouthful. Um, and he has to pay for his mental health evaluation. Fuck. I have a mental health evaluation tomorrow morning in Boulder. It says, I'm going to catch the last bus to downtown Boulder, Colorado tonight. Here's one. This is crazy. The foreshadowing in this post is wild, folks. And this is right after he called me out yesterday. He says, something tragic is about to go down. How wild is that? Grace Vanderwall wants to sue the Leaping Lemur. Right after that, something tragic is about to go down. Well, something tragic did go down, folks. And Daniel Larson is no more. It's over. I mean, I'm not going to say it here that it's going to be like, it's not like he's got life in prison or anything. But as far as like the little slaps on the wrist go, I think it's over for that. I think he might see some like serious repercussions, which is what he needs. It doesn't make sense to not give this guy any kind of repercussions. It just doesn't. After all he's done, he's been free for so long doing this bullshit. And now it's all culminated to this, right? To calling me out on his community post, schizo posting, talking about CP and how the FBI showed it to him. What kind of shit is that? You know what I mean? I'm glad that they got this guy off the streets. He really needed it. I also wanted to do a quick throwback to Daniel Larson's freak out if I could find it. I'm sure I can. I'm sure I can just put like Daniel Larson threatens the FBI. I think that's what my video was titled. Daniel. Oh, I just put Daniel instead of Daniel Larson. I was like, who's this guy? Who's this fellow? Here we go. Shout out to Dusty Opossum. Shout out to Dusty Possum, dude.
Hey everyone, so Boulder
Is it me or can
County Probation has been able to help me get...
Let me check. Oh, it's just the video.
Hey everyone,
Is it muted
so...
right there? Is this whole video muted? Why is this whole video muted? Alright, I'll find another one, but a shout out. I don't know why this video is being muted.
Hey, yep.
Maybe it's not the video, maybe it's me. I don't know. But I think this is my video back when I was using gameplay footage. But I don't do that anymore, so no more of that, folks. No more gameplay footage.
What's going on, everyone? How are you doing today? My name is the Leaping Lemur. And
oh, it was me. Okay, because y'all could probably hear that. I guess it was me.
Before we get into this video, if you could please like, comment, and subscribe.
You know
that
what?
would be greatly appreciated.
It could have been my
It really
headphones.
helps
I'm going to give
in
Opossum's video a second chance. It was probably my headphones. Let me check chat.
Hey everyone,
Is chat telling
so
me?
Boulder
Hey,
County Probation
$2.
has been able to help me
Daniel
get
lost this round of
some
Kick the
groceries.
Autistic.
Unfortunately,
Yikes.
I need a stove or a microwave
Alright.
to cook
That's kind of
everything.
crazy.
I don't know what everybody is talking about me not paying for my meals.
Yeah, it
when
was
I go
muted
out
for
to
me.
eat
It was muted for me,
at
guys.
restaurants because I've been paying
I'm
for
an idiot.
meals for the
It was
past year.
muted for me. I have this issue with my headphones where for some reason I have to wiggle them every once in a while. The connector. I should probably get a new pair, but it doesn't matter. They work, right? But for some reason, sometimes the video just, I can't hear it, or it's like a weird distorted audio. But yeah, I fixed it. I can hear it now. $257 people. Holy shit. That's wild. I appreciate everyone who's in here. Thank you for coming to the fucking Leaping Lemur show. You know, hopefully the last one about Larson ever.
Fuck. Only the fucking FBI would believe me, those motherfuckers. I will bomb the FBI headquarters.
That's a lot of lemurs. That's a lot of lemurs indeed. Did y'all hear him?
At this point, I will also bomb Tina.
There's his threats. And this was a month ago.
And bomb Grace. This is all their fault.
He's just running from I guess some people in a car is what he was saying. And for some reason, yeah, people just started saying it was the FBI. Next thing you know, Jeffrey Epstein is in chat saying the police are catching up. What the fuck? Hey, $2. Last one to Daniel Croak. Daniel is arrested. Daniel is done. He's been arrested and he's being investigated by Jefferson County. They're holding him currently and it's over. Some fucking agency is gonna get his ass. We don't know what. Could be the FBI, could be another. Either way, there's no bail. It's over. Hey, y'all, close your eyes, and you can almost fucking imagine the toothbrush video. He does. He does have a very large bird beak. It seems to grow bigger as the years go on, right? It's like his nose never stops growing. He sounds like he's getting clapped by Bob. I didn't even think about that.
The
That is kind of what it sounds like.
FBI can go ahead and press legal charges on me.
Oh, well, maybe they did.
I will just kill their ass. I'm being chased by a group of about 10 teenagers that go to CU University. The same, well, one of the groups that attacked me a couple days ago. They're trying to... The FBI just turned off my live stream, so I can't go live.
Hey, $4.99. Even if he didn't watch Cheese Pizza, the fact he said it while on probation/parole is enough of a reason to investigate him. I agree. Well, I don't agree. I mean, that's a fact, right? There's no agreeing or disagreeing about that. Yeah, that is very true.
And report what's going on. And I'm being followed by people. I'm being followed by a group of haters, about 10 people. And I need crowd control of some sort.
Spencer says, was the Chris Hansen video real? The Chris Hansen video was a cameo. So somebody paid for Chris Hansen to say it. Nah. Chris Hansen isn't looking into Daniel. He knows who Daniel is probably now that he said his name. And that might not even be a possibility. He might have just made the cameo and forgot about him. But who knows?
When in public.
Who knows? Maybe Chris Hansen really started thinking about looking into Daniel.
The FBI and the U.S. Secret Service is trying to trying to.
And that was Daniel Larson threatening the FBI. Yeah, pretty crazy. Most recently, he also did the whole threatening, Bob. I think he threatened Bob and the FBI in his last freak out. I wonder if I don't think Dusty has that one here, but I can find it because I made a video on it. Let me just look at the Leaping Lemur. Oh, I'm live. Guys, I'm live right now. Guys, did you see? Doo, 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 doo. Daniel Larson done a major freak out. Here we go.
What's going on, everyone? How are you doing
Ah, gross. It's the furry PNG.
today? My name is the Leaping Lemur, and welcome back to another
Somebody get this fucking... Somebody get this homosexual furry off of my screen. That's better.
video. Y'all, it finally happened. Daniel has had another major freak out. I mean, y'all, this might
Whoa, $9.99 from 2B. What's up, dog? Appreciate it.
be the angriest we've seen Daniel since his Grace freak out.
Somebody told me my videos are like slideshows. You know how much editing and scripting this dumb 6-minute video took? What I'm doing right now is so much less work. For the same amount of money. It's so much less work. I did not earn that much money. I did not get that much fucking profit off of a 6-minute video. I could put one ad in.
I have no doubt that he will be arrested by the time this comes out. I mean, if he's not, then the cops in Colorado are really slacking, because to me, this seems like an open and shut case, especially when you consider the threats he made. As y'all probably know, the past couple of days I took a break from Daniel to finish up my new World of T-Shirts documentary, and at the time, Daniel was doing his normal schizo posting. Some examples include him writing, "Bob will die not knowing I was safe," and the next day also writing, "I have a job interview this afternoon set up." Now folks, keep these two community posts in mind as we continue, because they are an integral part of this freakout, and soon it'll all make sense, at least as much sense as something involving Daniel can make. First, let's start off with the lead up to this freakout. Yesterday, Daniel uploaded the same video 2 times, with the first upload being titled, "Daniel Larson sends a warning of a lawsuit if false."
There you go. So he continued talking about the FBI. A month ago, he talked about the FBI, and then like a week or 2 weeks later, he talked about him again.
Falsely charged, and the second being titled, "Daniel Larson's message to the FBI. You don't know shit about me." This video involves Daniel threatening both the FBI and Bob with a lawsuit for falsely incriminating him.
Alrighty, this is a message to the feds, the FBI, CIA, the US government, and Bob, and everybody on Earth. You better not try to twist what I am saying.
Daniel's in
little
chat.
bits and pieces of my social
Hey,
media
management.
and try to incriminate.
Hey, is it fake account? Hold on, let me click it. I'm gonna go to the channel right now, y'all. I'm going to the... Wait, hold on. It's probably it. Let me check it. Oh yeah, that's a fake ass account. Thank God. So I was about to be like, if management's in here, fuck you. But now I don't even have to do that, and we can continue watching the video.
Incriminate me and try to press charges on me because you
My
guys
bad.
are trying to take what
There
I
we go.
say,
That's better.
take the things that I've said, and twist the entire story around. If anyone does that, there will be a massive, massive lawsuit. I am friends with Donald J. Trump.
Oh shit, he said he's friends with Trump, y'all. We better watch out. I say this a lot, and I'll say it again. Daniel kind of looks like a tweaker SpongeBob. Like, I know that sounds weird. It's like, what do you mean SpongeBob? But like, if you take his eyes and like that buck-tooth mouth and you put it on SpongeBob's face, it would match up perfectly. He kind of has like a SpongeBob essence.
And when he's president, I will make sure that he takes down the feds. But I'm not going to sit here and play games where the feds are like, "Oh, you threatened us. You said this. You said that." when you don't even know the entire reason why. And you don't even know that I'm in danger every single fucking day. Because of my popularity, I get fucking attacked every single day. And you guys don't give two shits. So that's on you guys.
Now it's on you, buddy. You're the one being investigated.
Daniel also did 3 live streams that day, which are titled the following: Daniel Larson talks about his plans for housing, I need to clear off my debt, and Daniel Larson apologizes to Bob. Well folks, that apology didn't last long, and as you'll see in a bit, Bob should probably be worried about his safety because Daniel seemed like he was genuinely gonna act on the threats that he made. Instead of just telling you, let me show y'all. Initially, Daniel started a live stream in which he ran furiously down the street. This didn't last long though, only being about 1 minute and 30 seconds. Soon after that, Daniel also started another stream, which has now been deleted, in which he gets the angriest I've ever seen Daniel so far.
Fucking kill.
Okay, so this is the freak out that I was the second freak out that I was thinking about that I couldn't find earlier on Opossum's account. But basically, he threatened the FBI a month ago and then did this as well. And this was that like crazy freak out. His first one was like a little running around, right? It's no big deal. In this one, like look at how manic he sounds. This is some guy who would take the bus all the way to like fucking Washington, DC to fucking like go into the White House, you know, crawl through the gates with his little skinny 119-pound frame and do some bad shit.
This is the message to the fucking feds. You fucking don't listen to me. I will fucking kill you too. Murder. Bomb you. The fucking White House too. Bomb you. Go ahead and ban my channel. Make sure I'm homeless for the rest of my fucking life. You did this to yourself, bitch! You did this all to your fucking self! Bomb!
Somebody said average Buffalo Wild Wings experience.
Bomb! Bomb!
Bomb, 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 bomb.
Kill! This is a message to Daniel McDougall. You didn't listen to Bob and me, and this is what you get.
Boom! Ha ha! Look at the foam coming out of his mouth. Ooh. He's got snot and spit, and he's hitting himself. Oh.
As you can see, Daniel isn't just doing his normal schizophrenic rants. He's genuinely angry at Bob and seems like he's going through a psychotic episode. A main sign of psychosis is word repetition. According to the National Library of Medicine, individuals with psychosis exhibit disorganized speech that can be
Wow, this guy kind of sounds smart.
off topic, drift from original thought, or be incoherent or difficult to follow. Speech by individuals with psychosis can be vague and repetitive, as well as reduced in quantity and syntactic and lexical complexity. I mean, sure, Daniel might go on incoherent rants, but he's just straight up repeating the same words, kill and bomb, both in incomplete sentences, lacking any lexical complexity, even for Daniel's standards. We can only hope the proper authorities can see this, so Daniel could
Hey,
just stop.
Nighthawk, what's going on?
With one stating the wind is
Dude's a
making it so he
PDF
couldn't
file
walk,
locale.
and another claiming he was going
And
20
domestic
miles to Boulder, Colorado.
keyword.
Both are completely
I agree,
unwatchable,
dog. I
as
agree.
The strong winds in Colorado make it impossible to record proper audio. But there's not really anything to look at in those videos anyway. Daniel just grunts and moans as he walks, deeply staring into the camera with his crazy looking eyes. I mean, it's only a matter of time till Daniel hurts someone. Look at what's setting him off. After the freakout took place, a user commented on Daniel's newest community post writing, "Daniel, why were you so mad on live earlier?" With Daniel responding, "I can't make it to probation and I'm not safe in public public anymore, and Bob and Clark are in contact, and Bob is lying to me. With Daniel seeming to become more easy to trigger, who knows what the future holds. Anyway, y'all, that's it for this video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. If you did, and with Daniel becoming more easier to aggress, who knows what the future will hold. God, I'm not gonna lie, I don't like my narrator voice. I know people like it, and I like it in certain like capacities, right? Like I like it when Bunny on the Barnyard podcast when next time. I'm talking to the fellas about it. We're discussing it, and I think I'm gonna be able to squeeze you on. Most definitely. But yeah, you gotta add me on Discord. The Leaping Lemur. It's actually some other. It's like the Leaping Lemur, like 2 something something. But yeah, I don't know. I got a server. You could figure it out. You're on the internet. You can figure it out. Sorry, y'all. I'm hitting the pedge a bit. Let's look at some old school Daniel content. This this is a fucking, unfortunately, it's a copyrighted song in it, but it is pretty funny. It is pretty fucking hilarious.
Happy Ramadan, everybody.
Now this one's good.
Allah Akbar.
Happy Ramadan. Allah Akbar. This is my own meme.
Wake up and
Ooh, I don't think this is gonna get flagged or not flagged, but copyright struck. So if I'm gonna listen to this shit because it's a cover.
in the morning feeling like Pete Diddy. Grab my glasses, I'm out the door. I'm gonna hit this city. Before I leave, brush my teeth.
Come on, y'all.
with
Y'all
a
fuck with
bottle
Joshua
of
Block?
Jack.
I know y'all fuck
'Cause
with
when
Joshua
I
Block.
leave for the night, I ain't coming back. I'm talking pedicure on our toes, trying on all our clothes. Always phone up my phones. Drop down and play my favorite CDs. Pulling up to the parties, trying to get a little bit tipsy.
Come on.
Don't stop, make it pop. DJ, blow my speakers up tonight. I'ma fight till we.
Alright, I'll get back to Daniel before I lose viewers. My bad, y'all. My bad. Don't click off. I'm back. We're back to Daniel. This person says, careful. If I was anyone in management, Clark, or any moderators, Discord or Reddit users really deeply involved, I would take your chance and dip. McDougal and the Secret Service were real. For God's sakes, mods on here have been emailing and talking to them for months. It's about time everyone found out. Either management is working with them or they're going to get caught up. Guys, I'm scared. Oh my God, the FBI and the McDougal.
I've lived.
What the fuck, AI? AI Daniel? They're just gonna start making AI Daniel videos. Woo, $2. Number 5, Burger King foot lettuce. I mean, number 15, Burger King foot lettuce. The last thing you want in your Burger King burger is somebody else's a fucking foot. $9.99. How many days do you think he's gonna stay in jail for? Hopefully forever. Look at this big ass motherfucker he thought he was gonna hit. That guy would fold Daniel. You know how much reach this guy's got on him? He could reach around this guy and hit.
Denial.
If I get the response,
This is gonna be funny. Hold on.
my only source right now.
Anger.
Do not block me on all social medias or I will fucking die.
Bargaining.
All I need is an answer. Yes, you're
The fucking likey meltdown.
on the team and then everything will get taken down.
JP.
depression,
All I want to be is on the team so I can get a life.
and acceptance.
Police are currently on their way. I will give updates shortly.
Fucking purple shirt. The shirt change.
Acceptance.
Police are currently on their way.
Look at how much like healthier he looked in these videos. Jesus Christ. Like how much more just like that's like not skin and bone, you know. I mean, I'm sure he was skinny, but god damn, like he looks
And
so much
acceptance.
healthier.
Police are currently on their way. I will give updates shortly.
Before sex, you help each other get naked. After sex, you only dress yourself. The moral of the story is, in life, nobody helps you once you're fucked.
Now that Daniel is in jail, someone tell his 12-year-old management to release all the shit they've been gatekeeping. Oh, somebody earlier, I don't know if I mentioned this, but somebody earlier said I was like 15. Are you like, I'm sorry, do you have like some kind of mental disorder? Have you ever watched any of my videos? Do I sound 15 to you? Like, are you okay? We have a fake Blark. Blark here. I know why he got arrested. I was with Daniel shooting another interview when we were approached by two plainclothes officers with badges around their neck, hung by a chain. They asked Daniel and I to identify ourselves, and as soon as Daniel said Daniel Larson, the officers immediately asked him to step outside with them. I sat in the courtyard as he went out, but I could still hear the conversation. Daniel was asked if this account belongs to... Sorry. Whew. I was just hitting the pendulum, my throat went out there. This account belongs to you? To which Daniel replied, yes, but unintelligible. The officer says, okay, and pause for a moment. And then they ask if this is a post of his. To which Daniel replies with a very long, yes. Bro, this guy's writing like this is some kind of fucking fan fiction or something. Yes, it is, I believe. Daniel then attempts to gaslight the detective by claiming this account is ran by... What is this guy on, bro? This you? Yeah, this is cap. This is just some dude. Aw, shit. I can't even view his shit. Aw, nasty. This isn't even Daniel Larson. That's just somebody's broken ass foot. I'm like, that's just... How do I, Reddit? Reddit? That's why. Because every time I go, it's stuck on this mature content warning. Oh, there we go. I fixed it. Oops. My bad. I'm an idiot. There's a celebrity in jail. Taking a trip to Colorado in a couple weeks and was hoping to see him from a distance with my own eyes. Kinda saw this coming, though. Come on. Really? Really? You're taking a trip to a fucking beautiful place. A great fucking place, dude, with hella good shit. And you're like, I'm going to Colorado and I was really hoping to see this fucking homeless person. The fuck? Are you okay? You need to get off the internet. Go for a walk, bro. Take that time to go for a hike and like look at nature in the beautiful Colorado. You fucking idiot. You know, not to be mean, but goddamn, like relax. You were hoping to see him from a it doesn't matter from a distance or not. Why were you hoping to see him? It's kind of weird.
But I'm living still.
I'd rather not. I'd rather stay clear from
There are
Daniel.
5 stages.
I'm cool with like watching him on a screen. Does that make sense to y'all? Never in my life have I ever been like, I want to see Daniel. I said, I didn't even want him to mention me. I was surprised when he did it, but it's not like I wanted him to. You know? This is my Bums and Drones found Daniel Larson. By the way, this is my old editing. I don't even know if I made this on a computer. Probably made it on a phone, but let's watch it anyway.
I love BBC.
Oh, this is a great video.
What's going on, everybody?
Listen to my voice. I'm not watching this. How did people watch this? How did 11,000 people watch this video? God damn, my voice sucked. I mean, I'm down to watch this video. Some dude stole it, uploaded
It's
it.
been a while.
He put some weird logo in front of it. It made it seem like he was like, it was hit from his channel. Like fucking made my voice sound like a chipmunk. I could probably find his channel, but maybe later, maybe for another stream.
Since I've done an update on Daniel. From the outside, it seems like he's been laying low since his freakout. Although one thing hasn't changed, and that's Daniel's frequent dine and dashes. He's even gone back to texting fans again, but we'll discuss that later. With Bob seemingly out of the picture and Daniel having no real income.
Damn, bro. You know my age? Professional Larsonian? That's true. I am 19.
Coming in, he's strictly relying on donations and his management to pay for his meals. But when Daniel doesn't have online pay pics, people in real life are still happy to help this degenerate creep. With Daniel posting this photo with the caption above it reading, "Thank you for dinner." Daniel later posted a video titled, "I just got my dinner paid for by a friend." In this video, Daniel seems to go back to a restaurant after leaving without paying.
Hello, can I talk to the manager for a moment? Yeah. Thank you.
Oops. The fuck?
Hi, can I talk to the person
That is not what I wanted to put up.
Yeah, she is right over here.
Okay.
After she's done taking care
That's
of
what I
this table,
wanted
you
to
can talk
put
to
up.
her. Is everything okay?
Well, I got
Fuck
a
it.
call from the probation officer out of
Never
Boulder,
mind. I guess I won't see how many viewers I have.
and
My phone
they
just died.
are delaying my housing bill.
My phone just died, and that's how I was looking at, kind of like semi looking at chat and also looking at my viewer count. So I guess I won't be able to watch that.
I'm supposed to be receiving
Mhm.
under probation
Okay.
for next week,
Okay.
and so
I'll just use
it's kinda messing with my
OBS.
finances all of a sudden.
Okay.
I do want to.
So he used to do this shit a lot. Well, you know, before he got arrested, he was doing this shit a lot. Where he would go back to the restaurants and say he wanted to pay. He really did. But there was issues. There was some kind of issues with his housing. You know, maybe like he lost his, I don't know, he lost his money or something. I don't know. He gave us some bullshit, right? That he's talking to his parole officer about finding new housing, or I don't know, people from his management stole the money out of his, I don't know. I'm making shit up at this point, right? But the other shit's true.
Pay, like no joke.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't do it today because I just got a call.
All right. Well, that's you could talk to her,
everything
but I think
changed.
she's gonna understand, and she just really wanted to help you out too. Okay. So when she's done, she's gonna come over here and talk to you. All right. She's not gonna be upset with you at all.
Okay,
All right.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, he's being held without bond. What's going on, everybody? How you doing?
I actually am not doing pictures.
How
at
you
the
doing,
moment.
Nia?
As soon as I leave, I can, but I don't.
We're
want
just
to
watching
take
on Daniel
vacation
content.
until
If you
I-
just joined, Daniel's been fucking arrested. And let me go to hot. Here we go. Daniel's been arrested, as y'all can see, and he's being held with no bail. You know, courtesy housing for another agency.
everything is secure.
Assuming like once you leave,
because
you
as
come out.
yeah, because if my location gets leaked while I'm here,
Oh yeah.
then
I got
people
you.
start spam calling and it's like a disaster.
Alright, I got you.
Even though that kind of already happened.
Hey, Pat M, thank you for the $4.99.
My popularity.
Really appreciate it. I don't know if that came with the message because it's not showing on my my OBS, but I really appreciate it.
It never ceases to amaze me how Daniel can go back into a restaurant and tell these people straight to their face that he's not paying. And from an outside perspective, it seems genuine. But when you take in consideration the numerous times he's done it in the past, it really takes his credibility away. I mean, just
This
today,
video is
he
kinda
wrote a
low.
comment
Hold
where
on.
He states, "I just had my interview.
There we go.
Also, Bob is not responding to me, and I can't seem to get a hold of management again. And I am at a restaurant again with no way to pay, and I am waiting on management." Writing a couple minutes later, "I'm working on getting a to-go box." It's truly sad to watch these
I'm not
people
gonna
try
lie.
and have
One of my
sympathy for someone.
one of the
not
most
even knowing
favorite
how
things out of
manipulative he
making
can
these
be.
videos was the editing. I don't know if you can tell, but I liked editing. Like all this is like a really like I used to love sitting there and editing these.
Same goes with Daniel's frequent hospital stays. Recently, Daniel uploaded a video claiming it was taken when he had
That's
a
alright. I can
caregiver,
see your
but it seems
message,
as though this
Pat M.
video
Well,
is
your
new,
message
being
right
shot
now.
in a higher quality
So
than
I'm
Daniel's
watching you.
old videos.
I'm watching you.
My care provider, his
Oh, now
name
it's
is
too
Daniel.
loud. Hold on. Let me turn it down.
I don't know his last name,
There
but
you go.
I know his name is Daniel. My care provider's name is Daniel. Yes, I can explain what company he works for.
Danny is in a cell. He's in a cell right now. That's where he is. I hate the word management. Oh, yeah. I mean, they're wranglers. That's what I like to call them. They're wranglers. They're leeches. They're the Larson leeches. Shit, I'm not no Larson
It's
leech.
apparent Daniel has no money for any hotels, and with the weather in Colorado being harsh, even for a cockroach like Daniel, he seems to be going back to sleeping at a hospital every night, wasting taxpayers' dollars and the medical workers' time. But that's the least of our worries involving Daniel. Recently, some texts came out that were allegedly from Daniel's TikTok account, where he interacts sexually with a fan that states they were only 15. These texts start off with Daniel stating, "It's okay, I have a sexual question if you don't mind," following that up with a question mark. And
Daniel
saying, "I don't
Larson
know
will
your
love
age."
BBC.
The person tells Daniel, "I'm 15.
Wait, what does this say?
and
Daniel
asks,
Larson will
"Can you
love
talk
BBC
sexual?" The next day, Daniel
roommate?
writes, "I'm a virgin," with a sad face, and then a question mark. He follows that up with, "She needs to see the doctor," asking the person, "Are you a virgin?" question mark, and then writing, "Can we talk?" These are very reminiscent of Daniel's last text conversations with the minor, as Daniel clearly has no control over his sexual attention. One day, Daniel's
This
gonna
guy's
act out
hairline
these
is
fantasies.
fucked.
It's only
He's
a
got that
matter of
McDonald's
time. I mean,
hairline.
There's already some pretty suspicious videos out there of Daniel not only pinning a little girl down.
So a lot of people didn't know about this video, but it's pretty wild.
But also being caught taking pictures of kids at public
Or that
events.
either.
So really, it's already happened, and people will continue to fund this guy, because at the end of the day, no one cares what Daniel has done, and it doesn't matter what you tell them. Daniel just isn't responsible for a thing. So at the end of the day, I doubt anything will come out of this, and Daniel will continue to prey on minors. And the only thing we can do is spread the word and let everyone know what he's been up to.
Chocolate rain. Some stay dry and others feel the pain. I breathe away from the mic to breathe. What is he? Or I breathe away. He says I move away from the mic to breathe. Let's see. What's another good one? That's my old stream. Shout out. The old streams have been getting a lot of like views, which is probably why there's a lot of people in here. Like the highlight that I uploaded was doing great. The old streams, like a lot, like thousands of people are watching them. So I really appreciate it. I like streaming, y'all. I really do. I was looking at this Nate Dogg video. A lot of people tried to compare me to this guy. I'm not a furry. I use somebody's art.
Nate Dogg is a
And I like their artwork, but I'm not a furry, and I never will be. I don't want to be an animal. And I also don't have, like, if you are ever in my Discord server, it's very kosher. Like, I don't promote weird shit at all. Like, people just talk about, like, I'm like, hey, how are you guys doing today?
20-year-old
They just talk about what's going on in their life. I don't have, like, no NSFW channels.
furry YouTube commentator that covers lolcows.
But yeah, I mean, like, this is crazy. Like, to know that people like this are in the community just kind of, like, chilling, most likely, and they haven't been caught yet is wild.
And TikTok degenerates. At least he was until he decided to nuke his entire
Anyway, that's for another day, but yeah, I mean, I just saw this and I was like, I think I got to like maybe like around here, and I was like, wow, like when you really get into the messages, Jesus, fucking degenerate. Some people you gotta watch out for, man. Let's see. Let's watch some old. This one got what, 13K?
What's going on, everyone?
Daniel Larson thinks he's Jesus.
How are you doing today? My name is the Leaping
And then maybe we'll look at some different body cam footage, because that would be interesting.
And welcome back to another video. Y'all, Daniel has been going pretty crazy lately, but what's new? He still thinks he's getting engaged to fake Grace, but now they've also convinced him that he's the new Jesus. Not only that, but he's also been saying he's gonna flee Colorado. So a lot has been going on in the Daniel Larson universe, folks. But first, let's get into
that
these
music
videos.
is nice.
After showing up late
That
to his
background
court
music,
hearing, it seems like Daniel's done with his probation altogether.
vibing
Homie's
to
been
it.
bouncing all around Colorado, going
That
to a new
lo-fi
place
beat.
every day. Ever since Daniel's TikTok was banned, he hasn't been posting much short form content. So all we've gotten was these long, boring lives
these
where
videos
he's
were a
ranting about
vibe.
whatever comes to his mind. It's even harder to follow than his normal posts, folks. But there was a common theme shared in those lives. Just watch, y'all.
Oh, you want the Discord link? I got you, fam.
I'll just pay the bail, go to court, take it to
Got you,
trial,
buddy.
and then I'm fleeing the country. I agree with Grace on that one. I'll flee the country. I'm not gonna flee the country now. I'll wait till after my court cases are done, but as soon as my court cases are done, I'm fucking leaving. I think I'll move to Ukraine.
He wants to move to Ukraine. This should be easier to do. Oh, here we go.
So I'm on the run, pretty much. I'm completely on the run. Bob told me to do it.
Bob's here up.
Bob told me to
Here y'all go.
that the court
Here, anybody
needs to
can go ahead and
realize
click
that I don't have a job.
I hope it works.
I'm self-employed, and I'm
Did
innocent.
it send or not?
So
Oh, yeah, it sent.
Bob manipulated my way and manipulated my court cases to where I now have to basically
There's
be
age
on-
verification, but I don't know if it works.
which is kind
Because I've been trying to set it up. The bot's like fucking confusing as hell. It's supposed to be AI that does video, and like when I downloaded it, it didn't say you needed to pay. When I looked it up on a site, it said like the first 18 verifications or some number are free. So I'm gonna try to figure it out. I just don't know how you pay for like a membership or whatever you have to do. So I might go with a different one. Anyway, if you join, don't like you have to be 18 obviously, and if you're not, I can like I'm gonna kick you out. You know, if and especially if even if you're like not like even if you're 18 and you're posting dumb shit, I'm gonna kick you out, or you're saying stupid shit. Like it's not a fucking chat for you to look for a boyfriend or a girlfriend. Like talk about your day or talk about my videos or like go look for a different Discord server.
of fucked up.
Just a little PSA.
But
I don't
I'm
want
not
people-
going to go to jail and
People are
sit
weird,
there
man.
for something that
I've had to
I'm
kick a
innocent
few
for.
weirdos out of my Discord server. They think it's like, I don't know what the fuck.
So it seems as though Daniel wants to flee Colorado, but it's hard to say if he truly
For
will.
sure,
He's
for
definitely
sure.
thinking
Alright.
about it though,
I'll
which
accept
is
that
enough
shit.
for Daniel's manic mind to act on impulse
going on,
and truly
Trippy
follow
Liquids?
through with the delusion. I mean, we've seen Daniel have a past travel arc, so now we can have a part 2, where Daniel is on the run from the law, jumping from city to city, following the nearest flock of geese. But honestly, with the way he's been talking about Grace, I don't think this will be as fun of an arc as most would think. It's likely Daniel will be hyper focused on this idea of engagement, heading straight to LA where he'd fit in with all the other homeless people there. We see Daniel continue to speak about his engagement to Grace, writing, "Grace has access to my bank account somehow." Well folks, it looks like we finally found out where all of Daniel's money from Bob has been going. Homie is getting scammed harder than he got pounded by Sweet Tea. Anyway, Daniel doesn't mention Grace till a little bit later in the day when he writes, "I need to stop talking shit about my family now or charges will be pressed, and that includes the Vanderwalls." You might be asking yourself, why is Daniel mentioning his family? Well folks, Daniel has also been convinced that his mother and father are communicating with him through YouTube comments. Daniel makes some posts.
Bro, this was some wild shit. Like this time in like Larsonian history was wild. He was just free, roaming the streets, dining and dashing every day, schizo posting on his community tab. Like this shit was content like day after day. It was wild how much dumb shit he was doing.
Referencing this, writing, "Crap, I accidentally blocked my mother's account on accident." Daniel seems like he's constantly making these stupid grammar mistakes more and more. It's like, as opposed to what? Blocking her accidentally on purpose? Then Daniel continues writing, "How do you unblock people's account on YouTube Studio?" He then follows that up with emergency. I actually blocked my dad.
Earl
Y'all, they got
Doobie
so
is a
many
predator.
characters in the Larson universe. It's crazy that now we're also seeing the addition of Daniel's fake parents, both of which want nothing to do with Daniel in real life. Then we get to the good stuff, folks. Let's talk about Daniel's new claim of being Jesus. This all started yesterday when Daniel wrote, "Get ready because I'm being told tomorrow is going to be a lot crazier than it was today, from biblical sources and biblical calendar." After this, Daniel doesn't make any more
Oh, my
references
video
to
blacked.
religion. Most
My video blacked out.
thought it was a fluke or just another one of Daniel's random schizo posts, but we actually see Daniel speak more about this the next day. But before that, he continues to speak about
Bro, why am I getting ads?
grace. Today, Daniel has made multiple references to grace, and it seems like he went a lot more harder on the grace delusions than he did yesterday. Let me read a few for y'all.
First of all, more harder? The fuck was that, Lemur? I wrote this. I wrote this, so how did I catch that?
Let me read a few for y'all.
Am I... Goddamn.
Than he did yesterday. Let me read a few.
Oh, let me play it back so if y'all didn't hear
Daniel
it.
has made multiple references to grace, and it seems like he went a lot more harder
A lot more harder.
on the grace delusion
Just could have said a lot harder. I didn't have to put the
than he
more
did
in
yesterday. Let me read a few for y'all. In one, Daniel writes, Grace Vanderwall is already in Colorado and
Hey,
looking for houses.
$9.99
He continues on writing,
from
Grace
Corman
Vanderwall
TV.
has an emergency
You're one of the
calling to me
great
yesterday.
ones on here.
Like
Here's
I
a
said,
donation
folks,
from
Daniel
the
can't write
Banana
for
Bear
shit. It makes these
Show.
incredibly hard to
I
read.
appreciate
then
it.
Daniel
I
goes right
appreciate
back
it.
to talking about his engagement to Grace, writing, Grace and I are back engaged. Yes, Daniel, we know. Daniel has broken up and got back with Grace 3 times this week. It's scary how persistent this guy is. Then Daniel writes, true love is a dangerous game. And then Daniel goes from talking about Grace to making this long post about Bob, which I really wanted to take a look at. I told y'all this was going to be a long video, so let's get into the next post. Daniel writes, because Bob didn't ever give me a
long video? A long video, Lemur? 7 minutes? What are you talking about, a long video? That's not long. Actually, 7 minutes isn't very long.
time payment so I could get housing and instead
Actually,
played games with my
in
mental
relative
health.
terms-
I demand $10,000 direct deposit by tomorrow so I can fix my savings and get my quarterly 5% interest, or I will leave the state
Yes,
of Colorado.
I did
Last
get-
warning.
listen.
Look who will be suffering now.
Smokey MCC, I did donate to him, and he did say he knew who I was, and he did say he watched my shit. That's right, professional Larsonian. That happened, which is cool. I didn't know he knew who I was or watched my shit or like ever watched my shit. That's wild. He's like the reason I started making videos.
This goes back to Daniel wanting to leave Colorado, and obviously he's pretty set in the idea. But currently Daniel's in Colorado Springs, so I guess we'll have to wait and see if he keeps going or heads back
Yeah,
towards
the Banana
Denver.
Bear
Now
Show
let's
is
jump
lit.
back into Daniel's Jesus arc as Daniel continues pulling a Christian
not
and writing, the
gotta
Vanderwalls
go
are
sub
saying
that
I'm the
shit.
new Jesus or disciple. In the New Testament they say that a new religion or Jesus could be walking on earth, waiting for the right time to make it known. Daniel continues with his bullshit writing, I have been guided by angels. Lastly writing, angels came to me last night at midnight to tell me Grace Vanderwall was the one. So folks, the Jesus arc is in full force. Just a matter of time before the trolls tell Daniel he's immortal and get him killed somewhere out in the middle of Colorado. Anyway folks, that's it for this video. I hope y'all enjoyed this longer upload. I tried to keep it as coherent as possible, but
You
Daniel's
mentioned me
brain has been
before that,
completely
too?
scattered these past few days.
No way.
If y'all enjoyed
Y'all are
this video,
capping.
please
That's a
like,
cap. If
comment,
you did,
and subscribe.
that's crazy.
Maybe even consider becoming a member. It's just $2.99. Anyway, I'm out of here, y'all. Peace.
That's like my inspiration. That's the reason I'm sitting here today. If it wasn't for, like me watching a Smokey MCC video, in a room, chilling, bored, late at night, couldn't sleep. I was like, what's this video? Who's this creepy guy? I can actually probably show y'all the first video I watched. It was... Because I remember I watched the Neon one. I was like, wow, Neon. Who's this guy? It might have actually... Did he make a Neon video before that? No, it was this Neon video. This is the Neon video I watched of his. Because I was like, no, a month ago. That don't make sense. I think it was this Neon video of his I watched. And this was the Olive Garden video I watched. This was the first Larson, like,
I've been exposed to Larson content before this through like TikToks, but I didn't know who he was. This is like the first extensive Larson video I watched.
Seems like a month can't go by without Daniel Larson becoming a disturbance at a local Denver, Colorado establishment. Last month, he went into that Panera Bread and ended up having one of the biggest freakouts I've ever seen in my life, calling the workers the N-word and everything, punching himself in the face over and over again. And just like the thumbnail says, this man needs to be stopped. Usually I wait to the end of the video to give the moral of the story, but right now I just want to come out and say that this dude should be behind bars. There is no way that Daniel Larson, someone who is on probation might I add, is able to constantly do the types of shenanigans that he does every single day, and yet he faces no repercussions for it. Look at today alone.
The charges
Daniel's
dropped.
on probation, as I
Let me
already
see.
mentioned, and he rolled up to this Olive Garden, and it's important to mention that
Don't cap on me. Let me go to new. Because it would definitely be here. Nah, I don't see anything. I don't see anything. What do you mean the charges got dropped? How long do you think they're gonna hold him? Say a week, not long. Hopefully forever. That was 9 minutes ago. Yeah, it doesn't look like the charges got dropped. Where'd you see that?
the only reason he was here in the first place is because a bunch of trolls encouraged him to go,
Oh, it was
telling
like
him that Grace Vanderwall and the
Y'all ever play that game in elementary school where you have like somebody whisper something and then they all kind of do it in a line and then eventually it gets to the last person and it's like a completely different sentence? I think that's just what happened in the chat right now.
entire Vanderwall family would be there to greet him. Grace Vanderwall being the girl that Daniel's been obsessed with even back when she was underage. She was on America's Got Talent and everything, and Daniel basically does whatever these fake Grace Vanderwalls tell him to do. Because best believe this is not the real girl texting him. It's always a troll, but Daniel always believes it. And he showed up here today because apparently the people who are also trolling him, like, he's getting trolled from about 4 or 5 different angles. And one of them told him, hey, Daniel, the manager and some of the employees at this Olive Garden are in the back and they are currently printing out and posting your nudes on Reddit and in Discord
Keep
servers.
Spamming telephone.
Now,
I didn't.
You know, everyone listening to this goes, oh, yeah.
I didn't see the first person who said telephone. Can you guys please spam telephone some more?
Obviously, that's not true. Daniel didn't believe that. Daniel wholeheartedly believed that. You know, come to think of it, I don't exactly know what Daniel's whole plan here was. At some points in the video, he claims that he's at this restaurant waiting for Grace Vanderwall and her family to get there, and he needs like a table for 6 people, and he's going to order for them and everything. But then in other moments, he's talking about, oh yeah, but the manager here, you know, they're printing out my nudes and everything. So, I don't know why he wanted to even eat at this establishment if they were doing that to him, but I digress. The reason I even made this video is because Daniel does this so much. He goes into these stores or wherever and he constantly makes it hell for the employees in there. Just imagine you're at your job and you constantly have to deal with it.
He did this I think after too, like not too long ago. Didn't he like have some person in an IHOP just like have to, you know, like the waitress was trying to get back to their family. And he had her like just waiting there while he was like, I'm not leaving until you know, I'm not leaving until people stop saying I'm da 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 da. You know, he's just, you know, pulling his bullshit. And I think he ended up having to get arrested or, you know, fucking escorted out. They kept trying to give him a chance.
This dude showing up and doing the things that Daniel does in this video. I haven't even gotten into the half of all the crazy stuff that goes on here because I kind of want to save it in case you haven't seen it yet. But the manager who works here is still very cordial to Daniel, trying to figure things out at first, and then eventually Daniel just throws these wild accusations around to the point where they just want him to leave. But he's not gonna leave. You know why, ladies and gentlemen? Because everyone in this Olive Garden, employees anyway, are all under citizen's arrest from Daniel Larson. Yeah, he really tried to pull that card. But first, let's see how the manager talked to Daniel before everything got escalated.
Okay, so are you guys taking pictures and then leaking my location?
No, you're.
Because
we don't go on the meet. We don't do any of this.
Okay.
We don't do any of this. That's what I'm trying to tell you. We've had like multiple phone calls about you.
Right, and
so
then
when someone calls and says, "I'm looking for Daniel Larson," we've had people explain what you look like, and I just say I can't answer that.
Right, and then I do have
The official image says no bail.
Group of 8 people coming total.
6.
It was 6,
I don't know
but
who
we
on the
added 2
Reddit
more
said
people.
that, but from what I seen, I don't know about that.
So I was just notified by a CEO of another company, a major corporation, that is also coming with the FBI.
Okay.
Because we're
Yeah, he's got some fucking Gremlin
that,
figures.
Like, one of the
He's like
employees
Smeagol.
or somebody
He's a real
here
life Smeagol.
is
I mean, look at the
leaking,
transformation.
like,
He's literally Smeagol, and Grace
leaking
Vanderwall is the ring.
personal information of me on the internet.
My employees don't have personal information about you. You're on the internet. You have a TikTok page.
Right, and I do.
Okay.
But we're actually being notified by the FBI that one of the employees here
It wasn't my employees. They're not allowed to.
because I mean they're already in the parking lot, so they're waiting.
That means they can come in and sit at your table, right?
Right.
Okay. So I'm just gonna tell you again. None of my employees are leaking any information about you. They're not even allowed to be on their phones from 5 to 8. You know, so that's not us. I do know that most Olive Garden booths decorations are a normal thing in everyone's house. Like people can see that you're at an Olive Garden just because of this wood.
Right, and
So
that's normal.
Okay, so that's not us. That's you.
Right.
Yes.
But you did tell me that you did get the confirmation about the reservation.
she's trying to tell us dumbass.
I have it on video
Okay,
from
but
earlier.
what I'm going to tell you is somebody called and said that they would be here in 20 to 30 minutes.
Right, and I got that confirmation.
But it was a name that you
Always
didn't
trust
know, and said
Reddit,
that they were
no
your
matter
aunt
what
and
they
uncle.
say.
And you said no.
And then you said the person's name, and
you
then
said
I
no.
verified it, and yes.
Okay.
We
so-
have that person coming.
Okay, so I've gotten
Reddit
about
is full
6
of
or 7 phone
scholars.
calls
It's
about
full
you
of
tonight.
scholars and future leaders
And they're all
of
telling me, except for
America.
that one,
It's full of the
that
finest
you are
gentlemen.
going to ring up a bunch of food and then not pay for it.
Those are just normal trolls
Okay, they're
calling.
not normal for us. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's not
Right.
normal for us.
I'm a Hollywood celebrity, so that's why we wanted the food ordered ahead of time.
Well, we're not.
Hollywood
If they come
celebrity.
in, great. We'll sit them like we seat everyone because we treat everyone the same
He's
here.
playing-
Which is why
he's
you
playing a
always dine in
toucan.
here, even though we don't want you filming in here.
And the next Ace Ventura
I
Pet
never
Detective.
filmed in here previously. Exactly.
Okay. So what I'm going to tell you is, if your people come in, you have that table. It's your table. But you can't ask me if my people are leaking personal. My people don't have personal information about you. You're the one on Facebook. You're on TikTok. That's
Right.
not us. That's you.
Right. I
Okay?
am getting notified.
Okay. Well, it's probably trolls. It could be trolls. Remember, they're calling us about you, so they're probably talking to you about us. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you just do what you're gonna do, and when
Senor
people get here, we gotta do
Chinchilla,
it.
what's
Okay?
up?
All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
This poor
Well, we started off by talking about fucking Daniel and his arrest, and now we're talking about the first Smokey MCC video I ever saw, because he said that he's seen my content. So I'm like, fuck it, let me show everybody the first video, the reason that the Leaping Lemur is here today.
manager is really just doing as much as she can to try to help Daniel, because even she sees how crazy the trolling's getting because of all the phone calls that they're getting. At one point she even brings up this may be normal to him, but it's not normal to them, and that's something that goes completely over Daniel's head, because since this is his life, he imagines that everyone
going on,
else just
TNT?
lives
How you doing?
like very similarly hectic lives. When the manager brings up to Daniel that, you're trying to reserve 8 seats for a table and order all this food, but you're claiming the people are already outside, why can't they just come in? Daniel has like this 1,000-yard stare on his face, because even he knows it doesn't make any sense. But he can't question his own sanity, because then he might have to come to grips with Grace Vanderwall, at least the one he's talking to, not being real. As a matter of fact, he's also using the excuse that the FBI is out front, and they're holding Grace and her family back.
Damn. So he's been fucking out for the FBI
For this long, for like 4 months.
From
The fucking paperwork is extensive. They got a fucking pile on their desk, and it's labeled Daniel Larson, lolcal PDF file.
coming in the store. You know, there's so much security going on around Daniel that like the FBI is there, all his security is desperately ringing him up to let him know what's going on. In his mind, this is like some massive deal, and to everyone else around him, it's just some crazy dude losing his mind inside of an Olive Garden. But Daniel's standing his ground. Daniel is 100% confident that these are the people leaking his nudes, and the only proof he needs to tell him that
for
are
Pat
these
M.
random
Shout out to
trolls
homeboy
texting him about
Smokey
it.
and Kiwi.
Now,
For
I
real,
talked about
shout
Daniel
out.
needing to be like behind bars so all this stops, but also these people who are constantly texting him, getting him to go out and harass all these people in the public are a pretty big problem too. Everyone knows how terrible of a person Daniel is. Daniel has gone.
He wasn't arrested by the FBI, although he was arrested. Hold on, I gotta sneeze, I think. It might just be a fluke, but I might sneeze. Hold on, guys. Y'all ever get that feeling like in your nose? Woo! Like you're about to sneeze? I think it's going away, though. He was picked up by Jefferson County, and Jefferson County deals with, they deal with fucking, like, crazy federal shit. The Jefferson County investigations. They don't deal with misdemeanors. They deal with felony charges. So it's no more of this light shit. It's the big shit. He's got no bail. It's over for Daniel. What's going on, Zane? It's over. Hopefully. I mean, look at the kind of shit he was saying. I watch CP now because the FBI and U.S. Secret Service showed me what it was. I mean, this might have been the last nail on the coffin right here. You're like, we can't have Daniel Larson saying he's talking shit about the Leaping Lemur and the FBI. No way. People cutting their lawns. What does that mean? Aw, shit. Got him on domestic Terry charges. Yeah, he's arrested again. For real. I wonder if Larson's Secret Service can get President Larson out on bail. Who knows? You know, he's got those connections. He says he's friends with Trump, so yes, this is real. This is real life right now, folks. He's gone. This is real. This is official Leaping. This is official Leaping Lemur news. Oh, this has Lord of the... Or wait, whoever made this needs to be in some sort of... Oh, it says Ring of Honor. Okay. So talking about Lord of the Rings earlier, I thought they made him look like Gollum. Did we already look at this? I don't think we looked at this. Oh, they made an edit? A Daniel Larson fan edit? Hey, the fog? They got it all. Convenient cutoff of the name at the end. Nice. You can keep an eye on this. Ah, here we go. Not sure how recent this was posted up, but I figured I might as well post it here. Oh, is this his court? 5/14/24. It says, name, Daniel Larson, review hearing. Ooh, it's already happening, folks. I'm telling you, I get a lot of content when he's in jail. They're gonna fucking show some of the court videos and shit for sure. They always do. And then, you know, Clark will video call him. It's not over. I mean, as much as we want it to be, it's not. They'll literally force him to make fucking content at like behind bars. Like I said, Clark will shove a phone up his ass and he'll deliver it to Daniel. We got this one. You do belong with Grace. Overthrow the government, Daniel. And he says, that's my plan. Oh, this person says, Mr. Prez replied to my comment.
on after minors many times in the past. Daniel has said some things in the past about minors that really just it's some sickening stuff you don't even want to repeat. And so if people are going to troll him, I'm not going to sit here and say the dude doesn't deserve it. But you know who definitely doesn't deserve it? All of these people who Daniel keeps harassing, who are just trying to do their job. I mean, come on, why do you got to keep sending
Clark has always been the cow. Fuck Clark, dude. I've always hated that guy. I've always said he's a fucking annoying little bitch. I'd fight Clark.
him to places where you know he's just going to cause a scene and possibly even like cause people to have to leave the
Clark is
restaurant?
Daniel's butt
It's just going to be a
buddy.
terrible time for everyone involved. If you're going to do this stuff to him, just tell him to go to like I don't know, like a lake. Like somewhere where there's not people. I've said it a million times on this channel, but I hate when I see innocent people get caught up in the crossfire of these lolcows' bullshit, and it's just, they don't deserve that, because of how much, like, of lunatics these people are. Why do random people on the streets gotta deal with, like, consequences for it? Shouldn't happen that way. But, like I said before, the fact that he's even out on the street in general is just gonna keep making this shit happen. So I don't know, man. I don't know. You'd think after a while, people can say he did nothing wrong. You know, Daniel's not doing anything illegal. But at the end of this video, he does, you bet your ass he does something illegal. So let's go on and see what he does next.
Happening as we speak. It's going on outside, and I'm inside, and I can't physically see all the way around.
Oh, this video is fucking
I can't
crazy.
see what is going on.
They were sending him pictures of Grace, like, getting fucking pinned up against the like, fucking cars with cops and shit. It was funny.
I'm learning information
Ryan
as
Wood
we
said,
speak.
what the fuck happened? I'm late. Alright, let me fill you in again. Oh, sorry, wrong tab. Let me fill another person in. Daniel Larson was just arrested. I'm not gonna, oh, here, I can just do this, actually. Easy peasy. As you can see, he's been arrested by Jefferson County, and there's no bail. So, yeah. He's being held for another agency.
Once again, all sexual harassment in this group chat will not be tolerated. And we do have reason to believe that the manager was printing off nude photos of me off of a troll website.
On a scale of 1 to 10, what's Daniel's favorite age?
I see the footage. I'm being sent from Rick Yorn. I'm being sent like actual photos of Grace being assaulted by police right now. I have full proof of Grace being assaulted. Coming in, pictures and everything.
It's worth mentioning that the photo Daniel is referring to is of some random arrest footage from like a few years back. Daniel really believes, like hook, line, and sinker, that this is Grace, and right outside of the doors of this Olive Garden, she is being assaulted by the police. Yet here he sits inside the Olive Garden doing nothing about it.
I'm performing a citizen's arrest, so the FBI is outside. I have more than enough photos coming in.
Bro, if I was working my minimum wage job and some guy came up to me and said that, I wouldn't be standing here like this. I would dip. I'd be like, bye. Like, this guy is about to fucking do some crazy shit. Like, he's either gonna, he's gonna like pull out his BB gun and start firing his BB gun everywhere, or he's gonna do some other goofy things.
Okay.
Who are you arresting?
I'm arresting every single person here.
Lemur put
I'm arresting
jalapenos
all
in my
employees.
fucking mac and cheese.
You're a celebrity.
Yes.
I did do that. I'm sorry. I put the jalapenos in there. I found some Dijon mustard. I put it in there. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't make it with milk. My bad. Couldn't find the milk in the fridge.
Okay, do people take pictures of celebrities, right?
Right, but you were back in back.
Yes.
Printing off documents.
I was?
You said that and it's on video.
I was printing off documents?
Yes.
Okay, so here's the deal. I'm gonna ask you to come over here actually. Over here. We've been very nice. Like, that's what I'm gonna tell you. You're not filming me, correct?
I am legally required to.
No, you can actually just leave now.
I don't have to leave. The FBI is here. I have fucking photos.
Okay, sir, this is what I'm gonna tell you. You're gonna calm down right now. You're gonna stop filming me, or I'm gonna call the police and they're gonna remove you from here. I know that's what you want. I know that's what you're famous for on TikTok, but we are not doing this. You're gonna curse at me again, or you're going to leave.
I never cursed.
Okay, sir. What I'm gonna tell you right now is you're gonna stop filming and you're going to leave, or I'm going to call the police right now.
Go ahead and call the police.
Thank you. I will. We're done.
Fucking crazy.
I just got sent pictures and photos of Grace being assaulted. I'm not gonna just sit here and call those photos.
Oh yeah, that's definitely the chat. It was just filled. Pull the fire alarm, Daniel. Daniel, they're watching you. Run, Daniel, run.
Those fake. I got sent them from the fucking FBI.
I'm gonna ask you again not to curse. There's children in here. I'm gonna ask you again.
I have photos.
I need you to lower your voice.
Ooh,
So
that
now
lady's
Daniel is
mad.
basically getting in the face of these workers, telling them that they're under citizen's arrest. You know, Daniel's decided that he's finally cracked the code. If the police aren't going to help him, if the FBI is not going to help him, well then Daniel's going to do it himself. All you Olive Garden workers, you know, basically stand down, wait till the police get here, because Daniel's got some words for you. And I know I've already talked about just how much it's got to suck to be one of these workers, but also imagine just how mind-blowing it is too. You have this guy coming in here claiming that, hey, you and all your staff, stop leaking my naked photos. like that's something I guarantee you. These people never in their wildest dreams thought they'd be accused of on this day. Yet here comes Daniel Larson to blow everybody's minds. The fact that he said fuck on 2 occasions and then had the nerve to tell this lady, I'm not even cursing, man. Daniel always
What a
thinks he's in the
dumbass.
right. He thinks that anything that happens is just undeniable proof that he can show to the police or anyone he's trying to prove wrong, and they'll just believe it. It's dangerous how gullible this guy is.
I just got word
He got arrested for diddling kids.
from the FBI and Rick Yorn, LBI Entertainment, that you are being sued.
Okay. He's becoming belligerent. I've asked him to not film me. I'm literally watching.
Hey, thank you for subscribing. The milkman.
Basically, and he doesn't have to turn off his camera.
Y'all, quick one-on-one with the lemur, right? If you're watching right now and you're not subscribed, why aren't you? I make local content. I stream all the time. I'm making videos all the time. There's content, far more content besides Larson stuff. I think anybody in here can attest to that who watches my content. It's Nova. It's Jupiter. Soon, hopefully, I'll bring in some of the White Bowser. I'm gonna bring in a little bit of all the locals. We're gonna be dabbling in just about everything, folks. So if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing.
It doesn't seem like he has weapons, but I don't know.
I don't have weapons. I don't carry weapons on me. I just got notified that Rick Yorn at LBI Entertainment, who is the CEO, has called the head manager and the CEO of all Olive Gardens, and you're fired. They're working on firing you.
They might be on their way.
They might be on their way, but don't know yet. Wow. So in other words, the police are also trolling along with you. So wow, that's a bunch of information now that I needed. Wow, thank you.
You're so welcome.
The police.
They got the fucking Olive Garden music playing in the background as Daniel's having a fucking schizophrenic episode. It's all like this fucking, jolly fucking swing music, and Daniel's all he's all, the FBI, they're after me. They're coming after Grace. Families are eating their fucking chicken parmesan in the background. Oh, how is your spelling bee, Timmy? And they're fucking, next thing you know, Daniel comes around the corner. Grace Vanderwall. Grace Vanderwall is being attacked by the FBI. There's a celebrity in the hospital.
Police might show up. They don't even know.
I might just spit out my chicken parmesan and, take the family and move. Move fucking cities.
Okay. And I also got told that the employees are the ones that also leaked my location here, and now they're getting spam called.
Daniel is basically just repeating whatever these random trolls on the other side of the phone are telling him to tell this woman that she's going to lose her job. And again, it shows how gullible Daniel is. And in a few moments, you're really going to find out just how far off the deep end Daniel's gotten at this point. Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. It is one thing for these random people who have built a little modicum of trust with Daniel to get Daniel to do this stuff, because Daniel's very easily manipulated. Daniel is someone who will just put trust in people right away. And
that's true, Corbin. Nothing really does beat the Panera freakout. If I could show that right now, I would. But I think there's just far too many N-words.
Basically do whatever they say. But one thing I didn't think Daniel would do is simply look down at the chat during this live stream. Because, oh, by the way, this was live, might I add. He did this. This isn't a video he posted after the fact. The chat was going crazy the whole time. There were like 2,000 people in here. These streams, the likes of this, haven't been seen since the night before when Cobra had his own kind of meltdown. But nonetheless, Daniel had about 2,000 people in chat, and a lot of people were spamming under different names, just trying to catch Daniel's attention. And usually, Daniel barely looks at chat, and he'll just ban anyone who seems like a troll. On tonight, it was a little bit different because Daniel had a lot going on, and the chat was much crazier than it ever is for him. But there were a bunch of comments coming in at a rapid-fire rate, and they were all telling Daniel,
Burger King foot lettuce. The last thing you want in your... See, I think I lost it. My voice is too fucked from hitting the pen. I had it earlier. The last thing you want in your Burger King burger. Yeah, I just don't have it anymore. I'm fucked. My voice is fucked right now.
Daniel to do a certain thing. And I didn't think Daniel...
You need to hit that real low tone, you know.
...would look down, just decide, oh, fuck it, and do it. But he did. And that's why he's so dangerously gullible. That's why he's so easily convinced. And what I'm about to show you now, when I first saw it, my jaw dropped.
Got sent pictures from what's going on outside too, so I am more than aware. Emergency, we need you.
Oh, there it goes. It's over. They gave him the idea. It's over. Now there's water in my spaghetti, Daniel. Hey, thank y'all for subscribing. Tobias, Bablo. Thank you for subbing.
The fact of the matter is, the people in chat are not
I appreciate the support, y'all.
Responsible for that. Daniel is his own person. The fact that people are just messing with him in chat, he read it and decided, you know, that's a good idea, and went and did it, just shows that this dude can be convinced of anything, no matter how low effort it is. I mean, look at these people. There's dudes putting in hours pretending to be security guards and fake Grace Vanderwalls, all to get Daniel to do menial stuff. Yet here are a few people in chat just spamming, pull the fire alarm, and he does it. It's the most low of low effort trolling, and I bet you it even stunned at the guys who were saying it in the first place, because no one thought Daniel would do that. But he did, and Daniel thought it was a good idea because, well, it'll get the police and the FBI in here right now. Because in Daniel's mind, remember, he does believe he's the victim here. All these people are currently under citizen's arrest because they were sharing these explicit pictures of him online. So in his mind, pulling the fire alarm was actually the right thing to do because it would get help in there for him quicker. Now, this is again another reason why this dude needs to be off the streets. He's gonna do this every time he feels wronged. He tries to use the police, the FBI, anyone who has any semblance of power as his own personal weapon. And so you might remember at the beginning of the video when I said Daniel was on probation, and he is. And you know what's even funnier? Daniel got arrested 2 nights before this as well, yet he's still out here walking on the streets. And now after this, which is another misdemeanor I believe, just pulling the fire alarm for no reason, well, you want to take a wild guess where Daniel is tonight? And if your answer was in a jail cell, you'd be sorely mistaken, because Daniel is walking free. I don't know how he can keep eluding not going to jail time and time again, but here we are. I know there's going to be people in the comments who know this stuff a lot better than me, and maybe they'll have a reason to say that's why Daniel's not been arrested or anything's happened, but the fact that this happens over and over and over again.
Is that the cow wrangler in my chat? Whoa! That's wild right there. We're just looking at Daniel's arrest. He could be anybody. He's currently being investigated. By who? We don't know, but hopefully we'll find out.
It's getting a bit absurd. Not even a bit absurd. The fact that this stuff even happens once, yet it happening on like a bi-weekly basis, is something that really needs to be looked into more. But seems like the cops are just all like, yeah, that's our local neighborhood Daniel right there. He's a kooky little bastard.
Now the managers are joking that that was funny. The managers are the ones escalating this. And I got pictures going on. Let me see. I'm being sent more pictures. We have the FBI coming in. When you pulled it, run. Give me 1 second. I'm reading all the messages I'm getting.
Might
want to get out of the area.
Ruben said, I don't know about royalty, but certainly a goat. For sure, royalty. Come on, what are you talking about? Wow, that's crazy. You know, that's wild. I'm speechless. I really appreciate you even fucking coming in here and chatting, you know what I mean? It's crazy. It's crazy. Your content is fucking peak shit. Definitely be tuning into them live streams.
No, I got sent pictures. Let me see here. Okay, and then I'm waiting at this point to perform the citizen's arrest. So I'm waiting until the police show up and I will explain everything.
While Daniel is trying to explain everything, the fire alarm ends up going off again because the workers who are trying to fix it end up setting it off a few more times. And Daniel, when the cops come later, Daniel ends up telling them, yeah, you know, I pulled the fire alarm, and then these workers ended up setting it off like 2 or 3 more times, like blaming them for being like, come on guys, figure it out, you know? He's so sure that the FBI is gonna bust in any second and just arrest all of these workers at this Olive Garden as Daniel stands there triumphantly, you know, just getting back his pride for all of his nude pictures getting leaked online, I guess. I mean, another question could be, hey Daniel, why'd you even take them in the first place and end up sending them to...
Dude, the cow wrangler is definitely invited to the Hollywood sex party. You know, exclusive invite from Daniel. You know, and I'll make sure to give him word because, you know, me and Daniel, we're in contact every now and again, you know, especially since he's been suing me. Now I have all his contact information. So yeah, I'll definitely make sure to forward that to his prison cell.
Trolls, because it wouldn't be the first time I've heard of Daniel getting mad that these pictures got leaked online. It's the age-old story of never put these pictures online, my friend. No matter who you are, even if you're not Daniel Larson, don't be an idiot. As the ancient Hawaiians say, the fool who exposes himself to the village gets weird looks at the luau.
Fire trucks just showed up.
So eventually, the fire department does show up. And again, it goes back to Daniel now just making people who are trying to do their job completely waste their time and have to deal with some bullshit. Because here are people who are supposed to be standing by in case like a fire happens, in case they need to spring into action to do something. And Daniel, always wasting those taxpayer dollars, getting them here to this Olive Garden in order to bitch to one of them about his problems online with the trolls. Not even really with the trolls this time, but with the supposed trolls inside of this Olive Garden.
How are we doing?
Well, that's the thing, Cow Wrangler. We gotta make him think that it's gonna be the Hollywood sex party. And then when he gets in there, it's all of us and Chris Hansen in this room, right? And we're just sitting there. The lights are off, they're dimmed. Either way is good. And we got a spotlight. We tell him, Daniel, why don't you take a seat? And we pull out the chat logs, the numerous videos, and we just go at it. Just go at it for a couple hours. And next thing you know, the FBI shows up, and Bob Proctor's your uncle. You know what I mean? So Bob Proctor's your uncle.
To show up.
Okay. What's going on tonight?
I will not say until the police show up. I'm filing for a citizen's arrest.
Okay. Do you need any medical attention?
I don't.
No?
Nope.
Such a smug little guy is Larson. Here comes this fireman just making sure that Daniel's all good, asking him why he did what he did.
On God, I do miss the college classes. They were kind of funny. I just don't fuck with Clark. I honestly, I feel like somebody else could have did it. He kind of fucked it up. But I liked the professor. The professor was pretty good. The professor was like, professional. It was funny when they would kind of break character. I know a lot of people got mad, but it's like, what do you expect? They're teaching about fucking bullshit. Of course they're gonna break character. But overall, I'd rate it like an 8 out of 10. The college arc was great.
Daniel's like, nope, I won't speak to you. I know I just pulled the fire alarm to make you guys come out here, but you know what? I don't want you here. I want the police. Which again would beg the question of why he pulled the fire alarm. But in Larson's mind, he assumed they would show up with the fire department, But they didn't. And here is only this poor fireman trying to figure out what's going on here. And Daniel doesn't even got time for him. I won't say nothing until the cops show up. And eventually the cops do show up. And it's really not that eventful. Daniel just gives the same spiel that he's been giving all day long. And mind you, this has been an all-day process. Apparently Daniel was sitting at this Olive Garden for hours. He actually complained about that at one point, saying that I sat there for 2 hours and they didn't come up and offer me any service. And it's like, the lady...
Daniel was probably picking food off of people's fucking plates and shit. All the families that left, he was sitting back there, eating their leftover chicken parmesan. He was eating Timmy's breadsticks.
Already brought up that they've dealt with Daniel before. He always sits here, records despite them asking him not to record. I imagine they don't want him there at all. But if he is going to have this massive dinner party full of big wigs and like hot shots in the music industry, well, then they'll entertain the idea. But I think they all knew, no matter what, there was nothing of the sort happening this day. But Daniel sat here all day waiting for this cop to show up, and when they did, Daniel, just like I said, he said the same exact stuff. The cop listened, and Daniel's not arrested, so who knows? Nothing happened. Daniel, I don't think, got trespassed. He definitely didn't get arrested. So this whole situation, all the bullshit these people...
He did eventually get charged, right, for the Olive Garden incident, but nothing came out of it. Nothing ever comes out of it. It's just trespass charges, and then he gets out. But hopefully now that there's no bail, he'll stay in there. Let's hope, y'all. I mean, Jesus. I don't want to be having to make another video talking about Daniel Larson got released. I think there's one time on my channel where it was one day I made Daniel Larson, went to jail, and the next day I made Daniel Larson was released. It was literally back to back. Let's see if I can find it. It's pretty funny. see. It was was it this long ago? How long ago did I make this video? I think it was it here? Yeah, Daniel Larson can't stop getting arrested. I made this the next day. I made a Jupiter video, and then right after that he was released, and I made was Daniel Larson released. So it was literally like a day in between. So yeah, I don't know, but this is definitely a different situation. So we'll just have to wait and see, right? This last video, yeah, he was just fucking. This was probably this was a way too rushed video. I should have took a lot longer on this video, and it probably would have been a lot more detailed. But I mean, that's why I'm doing the live stream now, right? I mean,
Earlier
who the fuck wants a 2-minute video?
in the day, titled Good Morning Colorado. In this stream, Daniel is shown traveling on a bus silently. I'll play a few seconds of it for y'all so you can understand what kind of content Daniel makes, but there's really not much
Will
to
I
it.
ever post about Tofia Chu? I did back in the day. I made a Tofia Chu video that sucked because I made it on my phone. But it was about like her throwing a cat or something. They were like watching a cat. The plot armor is strong with Larson.
So that goes on for about 5 minutes until Daniel ends the live and presumably
Yeah, I didn't need to include this.
County, and everything is slightly behind schedule. Then Daniel starts speaking about his finances, writing, "Things need to speed up a little bit more financially." Then Daniel continues on with his idea, writing, "I need to do something major to get my views up even more," with the pondering emoji. With his last
Bro, what's with him and always foreshadowing when he's gonna get arrested? Like this time he was talking about how something major is about to happen or something along those lines. Last time he was talking about how he needs to do something major. It's
with
weird.
his last community post stating, "I'm about to take a huge financial and safety risk." Well, it looks like Daniel took that risk, and here he is in jail. People first heard of the news.
Oh
when some
yeah, I
pictures of
heard about
Daniel with the
that.
police
Cause Hershey ran away or something like that. Fucking got chased. I think Senior Chinchilla was showing me some stuff about it a couple of barnyards ago.
Started spreading around, with one photo showing Daniel standing with officers with a toothbrush in his hand and another showing him cuffed being taken to a cop car. After these photos came out, people assumed Daniel was back in jail once again, and they were right. Soon enough, there was a record of Daniel Robert Larson being taken into custody in Broomfield, Colorado. Most recently, Daniel's mugshot was released, and Daniel is seen sporting the same look on his face as in the previous mugshot. Hopefully, Daniel is transferred to Arapahoe.
He looks like that because they just made him shower. His fucking soul left his body.
So
watch this. Let me see if I can. Here we go. Look at that. You see his dead eyes? God damn, the blank stare. That's what happens after Daniel takes a shower.
As in the previous mugshot. Hopefully Daniel is transferred to Arapahoe so he can meet up with Sweet Tea once again, his one true love. Anyway, y'all, that's it for this video.
Shout out to
don't
Sweet
worry,
Tea.
the updates will continue. Daniel will get out eventually.
So y'all think he's gonna get back with Sweet Tea? Thoughts? I should make a poll, but I have to like pull out a. Golly, I have to open up YouTube and nah. Well, I think I can do it on my phone. Maybe if I can, I will. Nope, I can't. No poll. We're just gonna have to assume he will meet up with Sweet Tea once again, and they will fall in love, just like they belong. They belong together. I got my stream highlight in 4K. The fuck? Oh, the toothbrush incident. This video is gonna be ass though because of the audio. I don't want to listen to any of my my videos with the shitty audio. Whoa. See, this is a freak out that I've only seen a couple times, and I don't know if I've actually watched the full thing. I might have only seen that the thumbnail clip, like the one where he's like looking like he's about to throw the punch. But I don't think I've ever seen this whole freak out.
Security.
No, I'm serious. Why are you taking pictures of this man? Leave him alone.
I'm security. He's a pedophile.
How do you do that?
Do you want me to show you?
What?
Do you want me to show you?
Yeah, show me.
John Summit.
Police are on their way.
John
I'm
Summit.
going to need to ask you to
Daniel, John Summit told me to ask you if you've showered anytime recently.
Okay, I'm going to need to ask you guys to leave.
Yeah, that was wild when the cops found all his toys. I was like, what the fuck? Cause I'm always surprised when they find shit like that and not like meth or like heroin, because I expect Daniel to be a drug user the way he looks. So I'm always looking out. I'm like, you know, whenever I watch the body cam footage and I see them start to search his bag or whatever, I'm like, what has he got in there? And yeah, most of the time it's just sex toys.
Still smell like poo. Hey, don't charge me, Daniel. Sir is leaving the premises.
Hey!
Oh shit! Ooh,
On the brig.
he pushed his ass.
Get out now!
You have the warrant for your fucking
The guy from the Mythbusters? It's fucking Jamie. Is that his name? It's the guy from the Mythbusters. Oh shit! The guy from the Mythbusters just punched Daniel Larson. Is that dude's name? Jamie from the Mythbusters? Oh, look at me. Bro, y'all can't tell me that wasn't Jamie from the Mythbusters. Y'all can't tell me. That's fucking Jamie from the... Look at the fucking hat.
Get out!
Look at the fucking hat. He's got the fucking signature hat, bro.
You have the warrant for your fucking arrest.
Holy shit.
A bunch of teenagers.
Alright.
He's gonna say the N-word here.
Hey, Daniel, stop. Daniel, stop.
No!
Daniel, just get out of the store. Come on.
Fucking proof! I have the fucking proof!
Hey!
I have the fucking proof!
Hey! Daniel! Oh my.
I told you that I thought you looked.
Daniel Larson's kick messages? I've never seen this. Oh, I have to sign in. YouTube. Come on. The Olive Garden incident. Yeah, we just watched that one. The Likey meltdown. We've watched that numerous times on this channel. It's a classic. Oh, yeah. I said I wanted to look at some past body cam footage just to kind of see what we're in for when we see the body cam footage for this next arrest.
Daniel Larson. They got his ass. Holy shit. Oh my god. They're fucking taking him down.
The intense music.
Next entrance.
Hey, Buster, do we have a location on South 20?
It's going down. Hold on, let me turn down my microphone's peaking.
By the G-wing doors on the east
There we
side.
go. That's better. I ain't trying to blow y'all eardrums out.
Contact with Argus now.
Someone from athletics asked for this guy to be moved away.
Oh, this is Coach Prime? Is this when he wanted to meet Coach Prime?
My staff and kicked another one. So.
Who did he shove and kick?
Coach Prime. Coach Prime. Coach Prime.
But they're just right around the corner, closer to the other doors. Sorry.
Dun, 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 dun.
I don't know.
Daniel Larson is on the loose. Let's go. The neon shirts. The neon shirt brothers. The neon bros got his ass.
This is one of our guys. Struck me.
Oh yeah, you don't want to get caught by the neon brothers. This guy's got a fucking Red Bull just in case shit gets crazy.
Same guy. guy that he shoved over there. Initially, we were called over there for him getting girl ladies with staff at the gate over there. Made contact with him repeatedly when we told him to.
Is it for real the feds?
Then came to
It's possible that it was the feds. They're saying that he's being held for another agency, and that's very vague, right? Like, agency could mean, like, really anything. But my interpretation of it is that it's some bigger entity, especially considering that it's, you know, the people who arrested him deal with felony charges. So considering that, I mean, it's not good. I can't say for certain it was the FBI or like the FBI is looking into him, but it's, like I said, definitely like a bigger entity, and it's something bigger that we've seen or than we've seen before.
aggressive towards us, shoved one of
Okay,
our supervisors.
sorry, I'm not aware of a bolo.
Went hands on, took him to the ground. That's fine, those for shift wounds. And tried to punch me. And then as we're walking him over here, trying to get him over to you guys, he
I couldn't copy that.
donkey kicks back and kicks the other guy. Okay. Yeah, just take your backpack.
You don't have a fight with us, man?
I'm not.
Okay. Let's take your backpack.
We are gonna put you in cuffs, though, just until we figure out what's going on. Okay?
Okay, and I would like to talk with you guys as well.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, we're definitely get
We're
your
just
side.
gonna-
So just for some safety
After this, y'all want to watch the college classes? I'm down. After this, we can watch the college classes, and then I'll head out.
purposes, that we are gonna.
Get some good sleep. And wake up in the morning, and hopefully Daniel won't be released.
Put you in cuffs real quick, okay?
829, stand by 1, we're good 5.
Copy, I'll put you code 5, 1510.
What's your side on you?
It's Daniel Larson.
Daniel Larson.
Okay, that's right. Daniel, how's your YouTube channel going?
Not good.
No?
There's been people that are manipulating and posting stuff without my permission.
Oh, okay.
And there was a miscommunication today.
Okay.
That led to security trying to kick me off property, and then I was told that, well, I have an interview inside with Deion Sanders, and I was told that I don't, and then I was told I'm not a student when I am a student.
Let's stand up real quick.
Bro, his eyeballs look like they're popping out of his head. His eyeballs look like they're protruding out of his head. His nose looks like it's protruding off of his face. You know, he looks like a Picasso painting.
Let's get you out of this corner.
Okay.
You want to go inside? Yeah. Is there people inside?
That's my backpack as well. You guys want to bring
keep
it?
it.
Inside the building over here, like all of our gifts over here.
That's fine, we'll just scoot you out the hallway here.
Okay, straight ahead.
I need to wash my gloves.
Copy, moving inside Dwayne, 15.
Alright, so I'm gonna send you a quick path on it. Do you have any weapons on you?
I don't.
Don't?
I just have a phone in my left pocket.
Okay.
I guess he's a social media guy. His name's Daniel Larson.
That's an understatement.
Oh, you
He's not just a social media guy. That's the fucking president of the United States right there.
So I'm gonna put your phone out so it doesn't fall out of your pocket? Okay. Let's have a seat.
The classic hoodie.
Copy, you can copy. It was Daniel Larson.
The classic Walmart hoodie.
So we heard what their side of the story is. I want to get your side of the story.
So there was a major miscommunication.
Okay.
So I am a student here at CU.
Okay.
Deion Sanders.
You're currently enrolled?
I am. So that's part of the issue. I am not enrolled yet, but I did get a full scholarship.
So you're an
from-
applicant
yes.
at this point.
I'm an applicant. and
Hey,
I don't have a
$199
plus
for
one
my
card because I'm supposed to
UCLA
get out on
online
Monday.
courses. But yeah,
Okay?
I'll for sure be
Deion
taking that.
Sanders, got me a full
I'm gonna take the same courses as Daniel, and then I'm gonna get better grades than him, just so I can flex on his ass.
celebrity scholarship. Okay. As a student, it pays for 100% tuition. Okay. I am supposed to be doing an interview all day today and helping out alongside Deion Sanders. Okay. Now, the security all day long, so first of all, I was getting bumped around place to place to place. I was at Business Field earlier today because I don't have security on me. I was getting followed by fans, stopped every 2 or 3 feet, and by the time I got to Business Field, they already finished the interview by about 2 minutes. The security lied to me and said that they were done hours ago, which I know is not true because I know the time frame. Okay, so then I'm being told that Deion Sanders moved from himself through text, that he is down at Folsom Field. So I am going down to Folsom Field. I try to get through security there. I show them the text. I don't have the VIP pass because I couldn't pick it up yesterday. Deion Sanders was supposed to help out with that himself, but if he's in interviews, he's unavailable.
Okay.
Security wouldn't let me through. They were telling me to go gate to gate to gate, and then they got the people in the yellow jacket up.
Cow Wrangler. Daniel is the most manipulative little fucking roach. Like, he 1 second he can go from like freaking out on someone, you know, at a Panera Bread, screaming the N-word, to quietly and politely speaking to the police like it's nothing. It's weird. It's crazy. There's a theory. Shout out to Gorilla Jones. In Gorilla Jones Iceberg, there's a theory that Daniel may just be faking it all. And, I think it's a little bit too far, considering like all the crazy shit, the numerous times he's been arrested, right? It's like, come on. He can't be faking it. But it's definitely like, when you see shit like this, you're kind of like, huh, that's weird.
To me, security, saying that I was causing a ruckus and told me I'm not a student when I am. At that point, I am on the phone with the events coordinator, one of the events coordinators, tells me to just talk to the security and refuse to leave because I am a student and I am supposed to be inside if I'm doing an interview because it will look bad on the press. Okay? So at that point...
Oh yeah, sometimes I forget that other people watch, like other locale YouTubers watch Daniel stuff because I'm like so invested in it. I'm like, whenever somebody mentions anything about Daniel, I'm like, oh yeah, interesting fact. And they're like, yeah, well, I know that. I'm like, oh yeah, my bad. My bad.
I say, well, I'm a student here, and
a little bit too excited.
Of course, try to put hands on me. At that point, I put my hands up to try to block because they told me to just shut up and leave. At that point, one of the security guards, I don't even know if he was grabbing my neck, okay? All I know is that something was making it to where I couldn't talk, and it felt like I was being pulled back, okay? So somebody was definitely holding onto my throat or something, okay? At that point, I said, you're grabbing my throat, and all they did was shove me harder, and I wasn't refusing anything at that point. Somebody was doing something with my throat because it was my shirt that was basically being pulled, and then I felt hands, okay, all around me. So at that point, I decide, well, I'm going to just have to get somebody off my throat, and I decided I was going to kick. Set me down over here. At that point, they do find out I'm a student, and I am getting enrolled, and that's where things are now, and now I'm talking to you.
So the Argonne security staff has no way to tell if you're a student or not. I'll tell you that right now.
Okay.
Student records are protected by FERPA, and there's no way for them to tell. So they don't know whether or not that was said or not. Okay. And whether you're a student is irrelevant.
Yeah.
Okay. Right?
Right.
And quite frankly, whether or not you have an interview with Deion is irrelevant.
Right.
Right? Because in order to accomplish certain tasks, you need a pass. And
that was part of the issue.
But that's not how,
they should give him some mac and cheese.
Work, right?
While they're just letting him
say,
sit there and chill in the break room,
you
they should give him some mac and cheese.
Right.
That's like the nicest police station I've ever seen. You got like booths and shit for the people to sit at while they're being interviewed.
Okay. But were you actively recording video at the time?
I was.
Okay, do you want us to take a look at the video? I'm not, I mean, it's up to you. I just, I don't want...
They're gonna open that phone and
when you
find
turn it on,
pictures of Grace
you could
Vanderwall.
Go. My password is.
I love
060.
Grace. I'm surprised his fucking password wasn't I love Grace Vanderwall.
And you could go into the camera.
Toothbrush 69. That should be his password.
You can go into the camera app, and in the bottom corner,
Right here?
yeah, you can click on that, and if it recorded, it should be the last video.
Yeah, this is it. This is, looks like some gas station.
It looks like it didn't record.
Okay, I don't want to go through your phone.
Shit, Daniel, this isn't the video. This is a picture of you sticking a toothbrush in your ass.
More than I need to, but I wanted...
But
you said there was exculpatory information, right? I want to provide you the opportunity. What's the lock button?
You just turn it off. It works.
As part of that, we have to inventory.
No, this is not the new arrest. This is an old one.
Everything that's in there, right? Since it'll be held. Is there anything in there that's illegal? Anything, any needles? Anything that's gonna stick me, poke me? Nothing? Okay. Anything that we would need to talk about?
The white Bowser is indeed a predator.
All right. Cool.
The white Bowser. Do you play the finals? No. I don't think so.
Oh, from Argus? You got it? Well, you need 2 people, right? Since you have 2 counts.
Again, you have if you want some hooks.
I don't.
You place your head up against this if you like.
Daniel, we appreciate you being cooperative with us.
Do you understand kind of what's going on?
Yeah.
I'm not saying you necessarily need to agree with it, but...
Yeah.
Sergeant, watch out. He's turning his head. He might poke you in the eye with his nose.
Do you want this with you, or do you like
that can be thrown away.
Okay.
I'm just gonna put it in
I was just told that, because Deion Sanders is the one with the VIP pass, that's why I couldn't get in. And since he couldn't make it to the gate, I was basically
Hey, Daniel, real quick, just for me, go ahead and pull both of your shoes off.
That's what I sounds like he's a problem anyway.
Moderately.
Oh shit, it's a neon shirt.
I was basically...
Neon shirt was back. Look at that. Surprised he didn't drink his Red Bull or whatever kind of drink that is in there. This is a crazy situation.
Moderately.
I appreciate you guys.
I was basically
told, Daniel, real quick, just for me, go ahead and pull both of your shoes off.
Can somebody just help with that, by chance?
Oh yeah, knowing Daniel, he would spin this and tell everybody on his community tab that the cops made him undress. They made me take off my shoes and undress.
Alright, and then the other one? Okay, go ahead, step in there, take a seat. Okay. And I'll take your shoes with us so you can have them when you come back, alright?
Okay. Do you know, will I come out today, or...
I don't have that answer for you.
Is it a misdemeanor, or what am I...
Yes, it is a misdemeanor.
A misdemeanor.
So is it like I'll just get...
Daniel shouldn't be worrying about misdemeanors. He should be worried about I don't know. The joke's done. I was going to make a joke about minors, but I messed it up. You get it.
Okay.
Okay.
Not misdemeanors, Mr. Minors. Something like that. Y'all can make it make sense in your head. They don't all land, folks. It's a live stream. They don't all land. Hey, there you go. Mr. Minor. I like that. Okay, so you made my joke make sense for me. Thank you. I appreciate it. It was like right in front of me. He's got quite the honker.
Is there any chance I can talk to an investigator by chance?
Just give me a second, Daniel.
Okay, thank you.
It kind of it's like it kind of hooks too, like it hooks down a little bit.
What was your question, Daniel?
Is there a way I can talk to an investigator by chance?
It's from eating his boogers.
Talk to your lawyer.
It's from pushing his nose down so he can reach his boogers.
15:30.
Look at him. Oh, he's getting it. He's having a little snack. He's really getting in there. He's got something hitting. He's got something hitting in there.
City units, be advised. County just found a call at 40515 Boulder Canyon. 1541.
What the fuck? This shit's loud as hell for me. Oh, this is where they find the sex toys. Yeah, I'm almost at 5K, y'all. I'm literally like so close.
Check this out. My body cam's on.
I don't know. You think he washes those? He doesn't wash. Where? Where would he wash them? In a public restroom?
Hey, Daniel. So you are being charged with 2 counts of third-degree assault. So that both of those are misdemeanors. You're going to be booked and lodged at the Boulder County Jail, and then they'll provide you with court here. So the summons is going to say Monday at 1:30 because that's the date you'll have it here.
I think this is pretty much over. Y'all wanted to look at some of the college classes? I think I can just go straight to Larson Leak, right? Or do they not have them on here? Was it not Larson Leak that had the was it a different here? Oh, why am I in all caps? And I wrote college 2 times. Here we go. Oh, it's from Larson Leak Raw. Sorry, y'all. What's a good one? I'll let y'all pick. Chat, what y'all want? Let me know, chat. Pick a video. Pick a video, any video. I'm gonna take a blinker while y'all decide. I have the latency on normal, so it's probably pretty delayed. Seeing Ancient Texas, Rise of Chegg, the songs. I'm seeing 2 for the songs. Seeing 1 for China. The poetry is underrated. Panera Bread. We're not looking at the we're looking at the college. The college classes. Songs. Let's see, but I think it's probably between Texas and the songs. I've seen the songs. Don't think we've seen Texas. I don't even think we watched the Texas one on this channel. So I think we
This
should,
is Daniel Larson.
I think we should look at the Texas one. And if y'all want to watch me react to any of the other ones, I'm pretty sure like I've reacted to all of them on this channel. And there's like a full college arc compilation on this channel. Just look up Leaping Lemur full college arc, Daniel Larson full college arc, and you'll find it.
UCLA. Brought to you by Larson Leak.
Larson Leak is the best.
We have everybody here. I believe so. Going to start class anyway here. Share the PowerPoint for all of you.
Yeah, we could do both
for this class.
So they're kind of long though. It's getting kind of late, y'all know.
Here we go. All right. So everybody can see that, right?
Yeah.
All right.
I can see it. I can see it.
Okay, I'm going to stop sharing that for now. I'm just going to take attendance real quick. When I say your name, please say that you are here. All right?
What the fuck was that?
So, first student on my list.
Even Daniel's confused.
John Anus.
Yeah. What's up? It's pronounced anus.
Ah, good old Jimmy Cho.
I'm here though.
Bart Ryder.
Classic Jimmy Chode.
Yeah. Hello.
Okay, Bart Ryder's
I'm
here.
here.
Bobby Boucher.
Bobby
I'm
Boucher.
here.
That's funny.
Clark Hunter.
That's me.
Oh, that little fucking bitch.
Daniel Larson. Okay, I see Daniel raising his hand. Fletcher Cox. Isaac Bogard.
Here. Hello.
I think is my mic okay? I think my mic is a little glitchy. Okay. All right, so today we're going to be doing a presentation on world history. I want to thank all of you for coming to this class. I'm going to start streaming my screen here in a second for you guys, just so you can see the presentation.
For real, whatever happened to Fletcher
world
Cox?
history. This
Fletcher
is the first
Cox.
class.
Yes, Daniel was arrested today. Quick reminder for anybody who hasn't seen. He's in custody. Is he eligible for bail? No. So yeah, it's over for Mr. Daniel. Could have sworn I saw people posting about me not too long ago. Maybe I can find the post again. Oh yeah, that's me. Did you guys know this is me? They fucking doxed me, you guys. They actually found me. I'm this white kid. Makes good videos detailing Daniel stuff in case you missed it. A YouTube channel. Oh, maybe he was just curious, but why use this picture? Who is this guy? I was kind of confused. I'm like, who is this guy? But there was another one anyway. That one I'm not really like, I don't give a fuck. Honestly, I don't give a fuck about either, but this other one was a little bit more like, it was like celebrating that this goblin acknowledged me. Like, doesn't that seem like they're writing as if they're me? And then this person says, he's like the rest of us, sick of your money grabbing videos. And they said, oh shit, you think I'm the lemur, jelly. I don't know if this guy is like trying to be me, but that's kind of weird. This isn't my account. I don't like the Reddit and I wouldn't post on it.
Like sometimes I reply to comments on it, but I think I like my account that I use whenever I like try to reply to a comment, I don't see it. Sometimes I'll just try to be like, I don't know, fuck around with them, you know, because the people on the Reddit, they're like 15, 12-year-olds. Like they're
Before
not very
sex,
smart
you help
individuals.
each other.
Some of them are cool, don't get me wrong. Like some of these people like make genuinely good shit, like videos, art relating to Daniel, and but some of the other ones, man. Jeez Louise.
Of the first semester in winter. My
Thank
name
you
is
for
Michael Eichfeld.
subscribing, Mr.
I've been
Samuel.
a teacher here for 3 years here at UCLA.
Was this you who pretended to be me? Was that you, Dogfish? Why are you pretending to be me on the Daniel Larson subreddit? Or did you reply to the comment?
And so essentially what's going to be going on during this class is we're going to be exploring world history. This is important as an elective because you might have picked this class just for extra credits, or this might be a class that is a part of the credits that you need for your major or minor, okay? So today we're going to be talking about ancient civilizations. So I have a
Oops.
question for a few students here.
Oh, I had a joke.
I'm gonna
Wait.
leave
Replay.
this class just for extra credits, or this might be a class that is a part of the credits that you need for your major or minor, okay?
When Daniel heard the word minor, his eyes lit up.
Okay. So today we're going to be talking about ancient civilizations. So I have a question for a few students here. I'm going to leave these as open questions when I ask them. But if you have an answer to one of these questions.
Oh, okay. You were saying that photo was you. Okay, yeah, I can agree with you on that. Yeah, that photo was definitely a Dogfish, and it wasn't me. I am not that white guy in the photo. No, I don't know who that is, though. Maybe that's like another... Maybe they're like making a reference to another Larson troll.
Questions.
Or, well, I'm not a Larson troll, but I don't know, maybe like another person in the Larson sphere, I should say.
Or think that you know the answer to one of these questions, it is important for you to just raise your hand or unmute your microphone and, you know, take turns when you're talking, okay? I like having an open classroom, which is important to me. I like having open discussions and debate and letting people's voices be heard, all right? So the first ancient civilization, I'm going to call on... we have two Daniels. I'm going to call on Daniel Larson. What is one thing you think of when you think of ancient Egypt?
Yeah, I can't hear him.
I was gonna say Grace Vanderwall. Bro, who's making the weird noises, bro?
Oh, yes, yes, we can hear you now.
Okay. I would say, when it comes to Egypt, the first thing that comes to mind would be
pyramids.
The Great Egyptian Pyramid.
Perfect. That was the answer I was looking for. Thank you. The Great Pyramids in Egypt, right? That's the first thing everybody thinks of when they think of ancient Egypt.
Yeah, Daniel
right?
is the personification of a sleep paralysis demon.
Today are ancient Mesopotamia and ancient Texas. All right. Now, ancient Mesopotamia went back 3,500.
Bro, whoever's making that noise,
okay?
You know what they remind me of? Like that little kid from like the kid from what's that show called from Nickelodeon? Oh, now I'm blanking. What was that? Ooh, now I'm blanking on that show from was that old? It was the old 90s Nickelodeon show. You know the Spaz Kid? What's the name of that show? Somebody knows.
Ancient Texas goes back 3,000 years. Now, something that's much closer to home.
Somebody will remind me, and I'll think of it. Either or.
Is the Temple of Quanterius III. This is a pyramid that was constructed 2,500 years ago in Texas. Obviously, in this picture, it's being preserved due to archaeological efforts by scientists. But this is a great example of the Temple of Quanterius in Texas. I believe it's located 5 miles from El Paso currently, but yet again, this is ancient history of its time. All right. Now, the first king of ancient Texas. His name was Ashid.
It was the wild thornberries. I got it. Nope, I did it. It wasn't you. Whoever said it in the chat wasn't you. Maybe this is right spelling. Probably not. Okay, I was wondering if it was like that or like, okay, that makes sense. Hold on, my cat wants to get out. We'll watch this video and then I'll let my cat out. Can I just find the kid? Can I just see the kid making noise? Like, what the fuck is this, YouTube? I don't need a 3-minute compilation of this kid. I want the one yabbity dabbity scoop. I want him to do the little thing, the spaz shit. That's what it reminds me of.
And he was the first king. Now that's important to remember because that will be on one of the quizzes that we have next week. All right. So if you need to take a screenshot of my presentation.
I think I saw this guy at a museum one time.
Roaring thunder.
But yeah, so
Northern
Ashina was
lights.
the first man inside of ancient Texas who actually established the royal family. All right. And he lived around Houstonia. And we're going to talk about Houstonia because ancient Houstonia was the foundation city of modern day Houston. Right. And I'm sure you've learned
iCarly
about this in
Neville?
school,
What?
or this is something that you learned about in maybe middle school.
You think I'm thinking
high
about
school.
Neville? Nah,
Depends
I'm
on
not
which
thinking about
course you
Neville.
were in. But yet he was the head monarch of the state of Texas, or the ancient city of Texas. All right. Now the main religion. I'm going to have you guys name the first religion you can think of when it comes to your mind, right? Because we're going to compare it to the religion of ancient Texanians, right? So I'm going to start with
All right.
I'm sorry if
I'll
I'm going
catch
to
you next time,
confuse
Cow
two of my
Wrangler.
students here. I'm going to refer to you by your last names
I
instead of
appreciate
your
you
first
joining.
names, just so we don't confuse
Appreciate
our
you
students
stopping
here.
by.
Mr. De Niro, what is a religion that comes to your mind? Just out of the blue, what do you think of?
Yeah, I mean, I got a couple like Muslim friends type shit, and yeah.
Okay, so people who are Islamic, right? So we've named Christianity, we've named Islam. I'm gonna pick on one person for the third here. I'll pick on Mr. Larson had a very good answer the first time. Mr. Larson, can you think of just any religion you can think of off the top of your head here?
Buddhism?
Good. Yes, Buddhism. It's a very good answer. Buddhism was a popular religion back in the day. Stoicism is what it's called, was an old religion back in the day. That was a mixture of both Buddhism and Islam. All right. Now let's move on. The major cities of ancient Texas, right? How many of you here have been to Houston before? You can say it out loud if you've been to Houston before. Has anybody been to Houston?
I went there once.
I've been to Houston.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, Houston is a great city. If you go very south, far south in Houston, if you look at the picture that I have on the slideshow, you'll actually still be able to visit the remnants of the ancient Houstonian walls. All right. So the ancient Houstonian walls still stand. They're not as tall as they used to be 2,000 years ago.
Right now
But
we're
the
watching the
Houstonian
college
walls were
arc.
very big walls that were built by ancient
So
Texans.
basically the college arc is where they hired some dude to pretend like he was a professor and give these online classes to Daniel Larson as he was in Colorado, pretending that he was like part of UCLA.
2,000 years ago, right? And then we take a look at Dallas.
But
the
like
old
currently,
city,
if
which
you're
is now
asking
named
like
Dallas.
what he's doing as the video's going, like what he's doing right now in this video, presumably like not paying attention to what's going on and like I don't know, schizoing out.
Today in Texas, right? So Dallas is one of the older cities in Texas versus Houstonia. It's about 2,000 years before, or sorry, it was built in 0 BC, and still there are not many remnants that are left in Texas right now. How many of you have been to Dallas before? I'm actually
I
just curious. Has
I
anybody
was
been
I
to
was
Dallas?
I was there one time. Me and my mom, um, we went there.
Yeah,
Cool.
my dad was on the run from federal marshals, and he ended up in Dallas, I think. He forgot to pay child support, so he had to go. I think it was Dallas. I don't know.
All right. So first we have 3,000 years ago, we have ancient Texas, right? It had high economic power and stability. Their economy was very, very good in ancient Texas, right? Then we have an era where they were struggling and they were using stones as currency, right? I'm going to call on Mr. Larson here. This you can just guess. You can guess as to what it was like. But what do you think it was like in Imperial Texas?
I have no idea how management set this up. Like if they did the slides or if they paid somebody else to do it. Like I'm pretty sure management is just made up of a bunch of like idiot. I could be wrong. Like they could be, I don't know, like some of them could be brilliant, mass troll masterminds. But from my knowledge, they're just a bunch of kids. So likely they just hired some person off of Fiverr to do like the slideshows, or they had the guy who pretended to be the professor do it. Maybe they had some like really, I don't want to say like autistic because that's, like I don't, that's weird to say. Um, More like smart. I mean, like, cause you don't want to just like be like, oh yeah, he's autistic, but you know what I mean. Like this guy was like very detailed, a very detailed, smart person who wasn't necessarily smart. Obviously trolling Daniel isn't probably a good idea, but they had some knowledge of how to put a slide together or like educate. Either way, the shit went down.
About 1,000 years ago. What do you think it was like? If you're
Mr.
able to,
Larson, you're muted,
if you're
Mr.
able to
Larson.
unmute.
Man, I want to say that it was very. I want to say people were using like. They went through a period where they were using like anything that they could find, like kind of like how when America was first created, and we didn't have like paper coins or paper dollars or whatever, like we would be using gold. I believe that they were using stones, gold, silver. Mining was big
Hey,
back in the
$25 from
day
Ben Keller.
as well.
Speaking
Wow,
actual facts.
that's crazy. Says, I appreciate your work,
Yeah, no,
man.
that's absolutely
Well, thank you for the support.
correct. You're
Without
absolutely
viewers
correct. That
like
is
you,
exactly what it was like.
hold on, let me pause the video so I can give this heartfelt message real quick. Without viewers like you, this channel wouldn't be possible. We go through a lot of hardships, a lot of people try to bring us down, demonetize us and such. So, viewers like you, they really help. You know what I mean? It really helps. I appreciate it.
Sorry, my McCarthy K.
Hi, yeah, I read a little bit about ancient Texas, and I read somewhere, I just don't know if this is true, so maybe you can tell me or not. That a main source of income for many people there was prostitution, and they had many brothels.
Yes, correct. You were absolutely right in saying that. So in Imperial Texas, about 1,000 years ago, there was a lot of brothels in Texas, right? So that was their biggest economy 1,000 years ago. I'm glad you brought that up. So we're now going to talk about the giants of Texas. Okay. So the giants of Texas. So these are actually real archaeological finds that I've actually worked on a site before where we've been digging up these bones and ancient dig sites, right? So 5,000 years ago in Texas at the time, there were giants that were roaming around, and we have archaeological evidence.
It's crazy how Daniel found out about this whole college arc through a comment that was like, Daniel, is it true you believe in giants? And his reply was emergency.
Real evidence to prove that giants were walking around. As you can see in these photos, they're digging up the bones, and they actually have a giant skeleton on display at the Houston Museum of Natural History, right? So we see a lot of giants back in the day in ancient Texas. They were not a part of the government of ancient Texas at the time, but
Look
we
at
do still
Daniel.
have archaeological
Daniel
records of them.
scrunched up, confused face. Look at him. Look at how
And
concerned
such
he
as the
is.
tools they used. Now, what about giants today? Right? So there are a lot of people in the United States that actually have roots to gigantism, right? You can take a DNA test online, like Ancestry DNA. I don't know how many of you have heard of Ancestry DNA, or like 23andMe. There's a lot of platforms where you can take DNA tests, right? And if you take a DNA test, you can actually see if you have giant DNA. Now, I do have a question here. There is proof that there still may be a few giants
Yeah.
in the United States. Has anybody ever seen a giant before? Like, has
Um,
anybody from experience?
my dad is. Oh, sorry. Continue.
Oh, actually, hold on one second. I think Mr. Larson raised his hand first. I will let Mr. Larson speak first, if he would like
Okay.
to.
Okay.
This is kind of off subject a little bit, but to go along with the entire giantism theory and what other people were saying in the class, I believe in the Bigfoot. Kind of off subject, but
The
I have
Bigfoot.
actually seen one time camping a similar story.
Wow, can you explain your experience? I've actually never heard of that
Daniel Larson was touched by Bigfoot, just like Peter Kane.
before. Can you explain your experience?
Shout out to Peter
with-
Kane.
Well, I was camping when I was super young. I was like 8 years old, and all I really remember was I was like inside the tent, and I heard like a howl, and it wasn't like a bear or wolf or anything, but something actually sat on my foot inside the tent. And I thought at that age it was a bear, but my family told me it was something a lot bigger, and possibly a Bigfoot that sat on top of my tent on my foot.
Wow, was the tent destroyed? I imagine he's pretty big, isn't he?
The tent wasn't destroyed, but there was like a corner of the tent where it was dented in.
Wow, that's never heard of that before. That's really wow. That's a
How-
crazy experience.
How big was it? Like exactly? Like what were like the measurements? Like how many feet tall?
I want to say like a grizzly bear, but it was it like actually sat like a human.
That's
what I was told. Yeah, by family.
Wow.
I was asleep, so I didn't really know until I woke up.
Wow. That is a scary experience, but an awesome experience to have because it's a really cool story to tell. And I'm glad you were able to share that with us, Mr. Larson. Now I know that Mr. De Niro was raising his hand. I apologize.
Mr. De Niro.
Did you forget your?
Man, my story, I'm not gonna be able to compete with that, bro. That was a good story.
Yeah, it's all good, all good. All right. So we've talked about ancient Texania. We've talked about ancient Mesopotamia, all of these ancient civilizations, right? And so I'm actually just going to do a quick. This doesn't count as credit. This doesn't count as points. But I'm going to go around and just ask you to name just one fact that you think that you remember about ancient Texas. Okay, just one fact that you remember from what we did. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing my screen here because that was the end of my presentation. We'll go around. I have not called on John Anus recently. John Anus, what is one fact that you think you learned today about ancient Texas?
Oh yeah. So I I don't know much about Texas. I just know there's a lot of Mexicans around there. But now
Come on, man. You
I
didn't have
heard
to
that
say that shit,
um
dog.
cause I heard this from this guy I used to break into cars with. Um and
Damn.
he said that
He said I used to break into
Houston
cars with hella
was
casually.
actually the cradle of civilization, that instead of Africa, like humans came out of Houston, and that all the archaeological evidence was actually cover up. And I don't know the facts about that, but I think it's cool that they had prostitution back then, because I think that should be legalized.
On God. Bro, the
All right.
silence.
Hell yeah.
The silence after.
Please do not yell at my class. Thank you. We'll ask Bobby Boucher. What do you think is one fact that you learned today about Texas? I'll get you after Boucher, Mr. Larson. I saw your hand.
Yeah, I learned about the Texonian wonders, the temple. I thought that was super cool, and the history of that is just super fascinating to me. I love history, I love Texas, love pyramids. Put them all together, it's like a win-win-win.
Very good, very good. Mr. Larson, I apologize. I saw your hand right at the end there. Um, what is one thing that you learned about ancient Texas today?
Well, I didn't even know that, and that there were like skeletons that were actually like dug out of the ground that were like the skull of the human is like the size of a like.
Bro, you could see, like, if you look back at that time when they showed him the fucking giants, he, like, how concerned he got. He was like, holy shit. Like, look at the concern. You see the wrinkles on his forehead.
Well, I didn't even know that, and that there were like skeletons that were actually like dug out of the ground that were like the skull of the human is like the size of like a normal human being today.
Yeah, they
I
were
didn't
very
even
big.
know. Yeah, I didn't even know that there was like skeletons of like human beings the size of dinosaurs.
Yeah, no, it's a very, very interesting fact, and the fact that they originated in the ancient city or ancient state of Texas is incredible. So yeah, it's definitely a new fact to people who have not heard about it in their previous classes before or have not attended college. Obviously, we teach college level courses here. Um, one more person I'm going to pick for something that they learned today. I'm going to pick on McCathy K. McCathy K, are you here?
Yeah, so I learned a couple things today actually.
Well, I'm gonna be focusing on like a mix of probably a lot of locales. I'm gonna be doing my own little projects, you know what I mean? I don't want to just focus on one person. I've never been the type to do that. That's why I kind of switched to these live streams about Daniel, because I figured I can just talk about him and rant about him and not really have to worry about making like much content other than stream highlights, which are like nothing, right? I just download the video and edit it. So it's not a big deal. So that's why, like, I don't know if you saw last week's lineup. I kind of want to start doing something similar to that, where I just kind of shoot like, and I know some videos they won't do super well, but I kind of just want to shoot at the metaphorical dartboard and just kind of see what lands, right? And just go from there. That's kind of what I've always done, and that's my philosophy. I never want to get stuck on one person, and I try, if something's popular for me, of course, like what everybody does, I'm gonna milk that shit, right? That's how YouTube works. But um, I've always made content on other people, regardless. Like this hasn't just been a Daniel Larson
uh this Daniel Larson only channel. So we'll see what happens in the future.
Um, I did not know that ancient Texas was they were the first people to have pyramids. One, I thought that was really interesting.
While everyone's in here, I did cover Cyrax. You might not have seen it. I made a Cyrax video like a couple days ago last week. If you're into Cyrax, check it out. Yeah, I don't know if you're into that kind of stuff, but I thought it came out pretty good. It just didn't really get into anybody's recommended, so yeah, you can just go to my channel and see it.
Interesting because I think people give that credit to Egypt a lot, in Africa. And then what was the name of the first ruler of ancient Texas? I believe it was Ashidid and Fardid. Ashid. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly.
She'd for I don't know how to say
I
it.
think it was Ashid Fardad.
No, it's actually
Teacher,
that's
is
not
that
true.
right or am I wrong?
No, I think you're right. It's like Ashuda.
Ashid Fardad, is that right?
No, it's like Ashida Faruda.
Ashid and Fardid.
Everyone stop yelling out,
Ashida
guys.
Fardid.
No,
Ashida Fardid.
the name is Ashid and Farad. Ashid and
Oh.
Farad, yes. So
Excuse me, teacher. I gotta go to my parole hearing. So I gotta leave. Is that okay?
that is fine.
Damn. They're kind of I think they were fucking with Daniel a bit. He was like, let me have one of the people that are the students mention something about going to like some kind of parole thing. So it kind of perks Daniel up.
Class is about to end anyway. There will be no homework for this first class that we're having, just because it's an introductory class. But expect for next week, we're going to start studying the music of ancient times. We're really going to get into the music and the songs that they created in ancient Mesopotamia and ancient Texas. All right. So I appreciate you guys being here and being on time. You guys have all been great. If you have any questions for me, please let me know now and I can answer them. I have a question from Kathy K. You can
Yeah,
ask your question.
so I just found a few of the things really interesting from today's class, and I did take a picture of the giants. Would you be okay if I were to show that to a friend or
For real,
something?
Daniel has the most blank
Absolutely,
ass
yes.
stare. There's nothing in those eyes, man. The only thing he's ever thinking about is Grace and his toothbrush.
Any screenshots or anything of the presentation that you took today, feel free to post them, feel free to share them. It isn't something that's private or anything. Obviously we're learning here, so if you guys want to help others learn, that would be great. I would be happy if you did that. So good question. Anybody else have a question? Anybody else? Any more questions? All right. I think we are good. I want to thank you guys for coming today. I will see you guys again. The schedule will also be put onto the Google Classroom so you can see when our next class is. And I thank you guys. If you guys want to contact me, definitely contact me through my email on the Google Classroom. All right. Thank you so much. Have a good night.
All right, y'all. I think I'm about to head out for the night. We had a great stream. A lot of people joined. Whew, we almost had like 300 viewers at some points, y'all. Right now we're sitting at 200 and it's 10 o'clock at night. That's crazy, at least where I live. So, um, yeah, I enjoyed everybody who came in. I enjoyed streaming. It was cool to talk to Cow Wrangler. It was cool to talk to Senior Chinchilla. He's always cool to talk to. And everybody who stopped by, thank you. And I'll see you guys in the next live stream. I'll probably have like a stream highlight out. Yeah. Yeah, basically that's it for this stream. Don't end up like Daniel. You know, stay away from the sickos, as Cobes says. And yeah, see y'all. Peace.